Yeah, I hate to get into a habit.
All that air conditioning.
Good evening, Internet. Welcome to episode 94 for Schnozzcast on Saturday, October 10th, 2020. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Internet. Let's introduce my chums, my amigos, my pals. Going to the left of me, Mr. Nicholas Bader.
Oh, hello, everyone.
And across the table from him, Mr. Cory Schleppy.
Oh, hey.
And welcoming back with open arms. And
Yeah.
Hey.
With arms.
Ow.
with arms.
Yeah.
With arms folded.
Apparently.
Arms to the side, making no gesture whatsoever, Ms. Danielle Finn.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thanks.
And our host, Bob.
And thank you. This is Bob.
Always forgets.
Yeah.
I'm just a humble servant of
No, I
what,
think-
what some are saying is the number one podcast with the word schnoz in the title.
The humble servant, I think it's quite the opposite. I think you feel like Johnny Carson, where everyone should just know exactly who you are. So you're like,
Sure.
These are all my guests. Let
Yeah.
me introduce them.
Yes. Welcome to my kingdom.
Yeah.
So let me just be the first to point out the addition to the background behind Mr. Cory and Ms. Danielle.
Oh, this right here?
Oh, that's, yeah. What is that?
I'm fucking
Cory?
excited. So, Nick and I had stopped by a local tobacco
Haberdashery?
slash vape shop. And when we pulled up, this flag was hanging outside. And I immediately got an erection and started yelling and screaming at Nick. And ran in the
In
store.
a sexual way, too.
That's
It was
erection
weird. It was
with a
very
capital
weird.
E.
Yes. And immediately asked...
Didn't call Danielle. Immediately went into the proprietor.
Hands went to his
Showed
knees.
him his erection.
He was panting.
Like, oh, everyone's been asking about them. We don't have any in stock, but we should have some back. You know, next couple weeks. So I've been calling several times.
Sir, the line for people with erections is over there.
So the last time I called, apparently it was the owner or a manager that answered. And he's like, oh, Chris? I'm like, no, Cory. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm probably not going to get any in for the rest of the year.
Total power move, by the way, on his part.
Yeah. So I kind of gave up on it.
What is it, Kirky?
And Nick stopped by there today and says that, hey, look what they have in stock, and immediately sent a picture. So I immediately fired off a text message and then called him immediately as well.
There were a lot of immediatelys in that sentence.
It was a very immediate situation.
It was like
Menagerie.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes.
I literally was trying to make my first purchase. I just walked in the store, and I only got through the text message of, oh, Cory, with that picture, and my phone zzz, 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 zzz. I'm like, excuse me, good sir, but this is the gentleman that had the erection last time. Oh, of course. Sirky? What is it?
Sirky.
So now looking at it, though, should we? Well, I guess eventually we're going to have a background behind this too as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, we just take all these
So
walls
that, but
down.
bigger? What are you talking? What are you thinking?
No, the background I sent you guys, the photo drop background.
That.
Oh, right.
In that direction, since we're underground, that's all under my front yard, so we can just bulldoze this whole wall if you need any more space.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that.
There's plenty of
Yeah.
underground to go
Hopefully,
through.
in between the time where we say we're going live and we actually go live, we can start digging a tunnel and build some sort of underground bunker for your posters.
In our defense, there was no artwork today with a time on it, so.
Ooh. I'm sorry, who's the
Yikes.
furthest behind?
Yikes.
Oh,
You?
no.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, I think it's you.
No.
So, Cory, would you say that you're enjoying the fame that this podcast is affording you?
Which would be
Yeah, I don't know
When
if- I
you
don't know
walk
if I
down the
follow.
street and people go, "Oh,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
aren't you Cory from the Schnozzcast?"
yeah, it happens if I had $1 for every time that happened.
Yeah.
I know.
How many dollars would you have?
Maybe a nickel from Kevin at work saying, "Hey, Cory."
I can't give
I
you
was
$1
like,
today, but
from the podcast, he's like, "No, I just want to talk to you about something work related." I'm like, "Fuck."
When we first met Mitch, he remembered us from the podcast. Where'd you guys that Schnozzcast?
That is true. And that one random guy at Uncle Ray's.
yes, random guy.
That was like, you guys do you guys do that Schnozzcast.
Those are the days.
Gina only knew us from the podcast.
R.I.P. Random guy.
True, very true.
She did, and I feel like we, Danielle, you must be getting some
Please put an end to that sentence, Bev.
the girlfriend of a famous podcast host,
Yeah.
or the bread to his butter, the peanut butter to his jelly. I could go on and on.
You don't have
Just
to.
tell me to stop. Oh, that's fine.
The fish to his stick.
Oh,
Oh boy,
gross.
I don't know if I can handle it. The flag and that statement.
All right, so for a little housekeeping, be sure to stream us.
The fish to his stick.
Would it be the fish stick to his tartar sauce?
No, Danielle
No?
would be the fish.
I like how
he would be the stick.
No.
No.
No. What? No.
Come on, Bob.
I
This
don't
is
think you know what an
so
analogy
well
means.
crafted. I mean, come on.
Come on. Be sure to stream us on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music.
Use your words.
Good job, buddy.
And you can follow us on social media on Instagram at Schnozzcast, on Facebook at Schnozzcast1, and on YouTube at Schnozzcast Space Podcast. And we absolutely welcome, are literally sitting here with bated breath waiting for your emails to send us to schnozzcast@gmail.com with your existential questions or requests for relationship advice.
What did you call it last week? Mitcher or something like that? You were reading off the rest, and you're like,
Yeah.
Stitcher.
Something. Yeah.
It was either Mixcloud or Stitcher or something.
And then I quickly pivoted and applied it to, I applied it to everything like, iHeartRadio, Snoogle Podcasts.
Yeah, that's when
Snotify.
that's when you lost me.
I feel like I lost you way before that.
Yeah.
So, Cory, I'm not sure if I told you this, but this week for me has been grilled cheese week at my house.
Grilled cheese week?
Well, it started out a big grilled cheese
say.
night, but it turned into grilled cheese week.
So basically, he hasn't showered in so long that when he goes to get up, his butt cheeks stick together like a grilled cheese.
Come here, Andy.
That's
That's why I call it grilled
Grilled cheese week.
you just hold. Yeah, that's not cool, man.
Indy,
I had a thought going.
Indy doesn't think so either, but he still does it.
No, so I had recommended on this podcast the movie Chef on Netflix as well as the Chef Show on Netflix.
Yeah.
They just released a new season of the Chef Show. I think I recommended it a couple weeks ago, and the very last episode was them getting together with one of their good world famous chef buddies, and all kind of like reminiscing about how they all loved grilled cheese sandwiches as their mom made them, and they all sort of everybody's kind of got their own way to perfect the art of making a grilled cheese sandwich, and the way they did it just like the movie where you're like, oh man, I really want a grilled cheese sandwich now. So I just that day I'm like, I'm going to the store today, buying some good sourdough bread, bought 4 different kinds of cheeses, and I graded like $20 worth of cheese into like a Tupperware container, and we made grilled cheese sandwiches for me, Cecilia, and Cecilia's boyfriend. And then
Wait,
it was great.
Let's.
Hold on, we're still making grilled cheese. Continue.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, we'll come back to that then.
Okay.
Because Nick and I just gave each other the same look.
And then
No, go ahead. Interrupt. That's fine. I'm not gonna lose my place. What do you
Boyfriend?
want to know?
Thank you.
Cecilia's
Yeah.
boyfriend?
Yeah. What? No, I don't want to air.
Oh
all
no!
her-
I mean, a better place than just to put it out to the entire world. So
She's not listening to this podcast.
Well,
Her dad's on the podcast. That automatically means she gives less than a fuck
So-
about what I'm doing.
So when did this start?
They've probably been seeing each other for. This is me guessing. 6-7 months.
What the fuck?
Probably since end of last year.
And this is the first we're hearing of it.
Well, no, she's brought him over to family birthdays and stuff. Now you've been working and haven't been able to make it.
I was sad I don't make many of those.
But I think your mom was there and met him.
Are you sure that second door slam just wasn't your son Jack coming in the door and not her new boyfriend?
I'm pretty sure I could spot my son.
He's a good-looking kid. I
just
tell you
like
that.
When I
that
look
new
at him.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Very
Jack's
recognizable.
like, my dad's lost it for a while. I don't know. He keeps calling.
He's a good
Bill.
kid. Although he walked in and he's like,
What are you hugging me so tight
he goes,
for?
oh, you have a grilled cheese? I go, yeah, we're all having tomato soup. You like tomato soup, right? He's like, who doesn't like tomato soup with their grilled cheese? I'm like, some people are fucking weird. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm down with tomato soup. I'm like, good. Got some tomato soup ready to go. And he goes, oh, that's, and he sees me over there like grating like Gruyere cheese and yellow cheddar, white cheddar. And he's like, oh, good. I thought your dad was going to throw some Kraft singles on there. And I'm like, dude, that's not the game we play in this house.
Oh, is that what you think?
Oh.
How about you get the fuck out then?
Right. Actually,
here's a Kraft single. Toss it right on the porch. Go get your fucking Kraft
I
single.
always thought that my daughter's boyfriend would be someone that I would be coming to you and going, now I need to buy a gun.
Well, I was going to say that's kind of where I was going with
but
this.
No, he's a nice kid.
I would have said no, absolutely not, and then went for the Kraft singles in the fridge. Have a seat.
Make him just one shittily toasted.
Let Mr. Rankin make you your grilled cheese, buddy.
No, that's not how we roll. So,
two burnt pieces of toast out of the toaster, a non-melted piece of one Kraft single. Oh, there you go, fuckface.
Yeah, you're gonna get some Kroger branded hamburger buns. And that's what you're gonna eat your grilled cheese on. So Jack was working that night, so he didn't eat with us. So, but I still had a Tupperware thing full of. I grated all of it. I grated $20 of the cheese. I mixed up. It's in the fridge. So the next night, Cecilia was doing something. I think she might have been working that night, but he wasn't. And I'm like, you want a grilled cheese? I'm like, I didn't make it for you last night. I'll make it for you again tonight. He's like, yeah, that'd be good. He's not a big tomato soup fan, but
got this big bowl of cheese salad in the fridge.
Got this big bowl of cheese. I mean, are we gonna throw it away? It's not like it was free government cheese that somebody gave me.
Used all the sharp Kraft singles.
Want another pile?
So I made another night of grilled cheese, and that was dinner for that night. And then it came to Wednesday, and
I'm so backed up.
I am so bound up inside.
I haven't shit this entire week.
Oh, it came to Wednesday, and none of my kids were there for
Have
dinner.
some
it was
more
just
tomato
me. And
soup.
I'm like, I was gonna make chicken parm for dinner, but it was just me. And I'm like, I'm not making chicken parm just for me. And I'm like, I still got all that cheese in the fridge. So I made grilled cheese again.
Wow. Bob's just going to shit out a rubber band by the end of the week.
No, I chased it with fiber in the morning because we're all good.
Oh, the Metamucil?
Wait, you could do that? That's a thing?
Yeah.
I should do that. I should totally do that.
Bob's got that clear fiber con that he can mix in any beverage.
So last night,
I've been giving myself colonics every morning.
Really makes the beer foam.
So last night, Thursday night, I'm like, well, I got to do it again. I mean, I've done it 3 nights in a row. I mean, I've still got cheese left. I mean, I really don't want it now, but it's just I'm like, now I'm on a mission.
Cheese.
I can finish up this cheese and have grilled cheese for dinner and finish up the tomato soup and everything will be done.
You know, you
so that's exactly what I fucking did.
You know, you could have frozen the cheese.
Or
why would you freeze this much grated cheese?
No, you
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
The point?
But
After the first dinner, you'd freeze this much cheese.
I might have, but
there are other meals that you can make that have cheese in them.
Danielle, I thought I just said it was grilled cheese week. Were you not paying attention?
It didn't have to be grilled cheese week.
Oh, it was though. It became grilled cheese week.
Cheese confetti pasta.
You could have made mac and cheese.
Anyway, so I have a great go-to grilled cheese recipe.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't
But
say.
you have to eat it all week long.
I will say, all week long from all of my kids and their boyfriends, I got rave reviews for my grilled cheese.
Bob, when did you stumble across this said recipe?
Monday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's grilled cheese week.
All right.
Hey. Oh.
All right, and with that, I've got Cory. I've got a prize for you.
Oh, boy.
A new car door.
Got a prize for you. This is a prize that Nick's not incredibly excited about.
No, he's not.
Well, I will say when I first floated the idea, we both had a really good chuckle over it.
Yeah.
And then
because I mentioned what this was.
Yeah.
and Bob saw a very broken light bulb above his head, and it went downhill.
Always broken.
It went downhill from there.
And always goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
And I immediately bought it, and I told him. He goes, and I brought it up again, and he goes, "Oh, that thing." I go, "Yeah, I bought it." He's like, "Oh, you did?" And he was kind of like surprised, going, "Oh, I didn't know we were serious."
I go, "Well, that's not going to
But
be
I
at my
guess-
house."
I
He's
go,
like,
"Oh,
well, that's
it's
the whole
absolutely
idea."
going to be at your
I'm
house.
like, "No, it's not."
So I'm going to toss this over. Actually,
Yeah, let's just
it's not
toss.
going to break. Just
No,
here you go. Ready?
it's just going to hit one of my light fixtures.
Look at that,
Knock a beer
Danielle
on the
Finn
ground.
with the catch.
Look at those hands.
Danielle Finn put it down into the glove
Those hands.
for the third out of the evening.
It looks like she caught it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, that's staying here.
Get a little
Tell
brass.
the folks what they're looking at.
So
Have you ever used Brasso? By the way, that thing will look.
Yeah.
Brand
Oh,
new.
it will be. Yeah. I wasn't going to clean it, but
That will look brand new.
there's no reason to make it look brand new. That's
It
good
will,
patina on there.
it'll-
yeah, it's not staying at my house. It's staying at your house. Why would I make it look brand new, Nick Bader?
Oh, I'll make it look brand new.
Tell the people what they're looking at here.
So this is a old school cowboy saloon brass spittoon
Yes, sir.
that not meant for just one single person.
Well,
This
it
is
depends
a
on how
community
big your
spittoon.
chew is, I guess. But yeah,
That's definitely staying here.
No,
that I knew. I
No.
knew that was going to happen.
It ain't coming back to my
I'm like,
house.
listen to me.
We're not putting that in the kitchen, Nick Bader.
Yeah, right. Listen, I'm like, what? No, I'm like, it's not. And he's like, no, the idea is that he uses it so you don't have to constantly clean up his little bottles that he doesn't seem to be able
Yeah.
to throw away. I
Right.
find those all over the place because apparently this is fine. Down in the trash can, no, it's too much work. So,
I know.
oh, yeah. Yeah, but I'm not having sex with him. So there's a difference.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And now I got to get that out of my head. You're welcome, Internet.
So I'm like, so Bob's like, this is perfect. I'm like, wait, how is this perfect? I'm like, my house has slowly been falling apart by my jackass friends. I'm like, and now you have an open vessel. At least that was like, this was like putting a needle into a sharps container and getting it shipped off. You know, it's
Right.
done. It can't do any damage. This is going to get kicked over. He's going to stumble into it. It's going to go onto the white carpet. He's going to forget it. I'm going to have a week-old spit sitting in my
You know,
basement.
actually, now that I look at it, if you actually kicked that, I'm not sure it would spill.
No.
No, it's got a good lip inside.
I think it's got a pretty good lip inside.
Yeah, which we should do. Fill it to the brim, Cory, tonight. We're going to take it
Hold
to
on.
Bob's in his
Hold-
basement.
hold on.
And we're going to kick it over.
Hold on,
and see
Nick.
if it spills.
At what point would that be filled to the brim with anything?
Dude,
That is a
do you see this? He fills these cups up. He reuses them. And you know
He
what it
doesn't
is?
fill them to the brim.
Bob.
Well, he's reusing it.
well, that and a lot of it though is too rinsing out with water and spit and water. And shit
What
there,
you
too.
could do, Cory, is commit to Nick right now that
Committed already. Whatever you're about to say.
Okay. Every weekend when you're
I
here
do.
for the podcast, you'll use it, but you will clean it out before you go.
Oh, yeah, that always works. Yeah, all the
I'm
rules.
just saying,
yeah, all
that
the-
would make him feel
yeah.
at ease. And
No, it wouldn't.
No?
No, nothing that you guys commit before you start drinking puts me at ease.
Before you start drinking, that's when you got to commit.
Yeah, but no
Not
one remembers
while you're
it.
drinking.
Everyone goes, "Good night, everybody."
You
and
will
they all
remember it. And it's
run
on
out
the internet.
door
It's on
with
the
their-
internet forever now.
Woo! See you later. Have a good night. And then all of a sudden, it's like
Cory, I'm telling you, we could turn this
I-beams
into
are
a
hanging
positive.
from the ceiling, and there's broken glass, and there's things knocked over, and there's like spit shit all over the.
Let's not relive the past.
I mean,
Sorry.
and
Yeah.
if we're gonna fully commit to this too,
Oh, it's reliving every week.
this goes.
I'm trying to help you here.
It's got to at least be a foot away.
I don't think you
Not
are.
to Actually, spit into it.
Well, you can't. I don't know what your spitting skills are.
No, they're
we're,
not.
we're gonna find out.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out outside. Because I told him, I said the.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I
with
said
that,
the
but-
second. It's not a community decision.
I'm fine with that.
We don't have to all turn our key, Bob.
I kind of like turning the key.
No.
though.
But I told him, I said, do you understand? Cory is not the most agile person in the world. I said, we are so lucky that he has to physically put that bottle up to his mouth just to get it into that bottle. I said, and that always doesn't happen. Do you not remember last week when he was like, oh, God. Oh,
That was beer.
I don't know what just happened. And he was like wringing out his beard. And I'm like, could you imagine? Yeah, could you imagine him? Oh, God. Oh, I got it on the table. They're black. That's fine.
I just want to see it. That's all.
You can see it outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my heart was in the right place. I'm trying to help.
That is very fancy. Thank you, sir. Well, and Nick.
No, not Nick. I said it to be sarcastic. And I
I pulled the trigger.
And I didn't say to get it for him. I said something about a spittoon talking about you. And he's like, oh, that's what he needs.
So eBay, buy it now. Done. Literally, like 3 minutes later,
He's outside. He's like,
I do have to ask. So,
hey, man.
Was this
got Cory
was
that
this
spittoon?
used?
I'm like,
what's that?
Was this used?
of course, dude. Look how old that is.
It's not a new spittoon. No.
That's okay.
Do you know what a new spittoon costs, Cory? I'm
Really?
not made of money.
Really? No, you didn't think and nobody's ever used that before?
No.
Dude, that is so old.
Really?
It certainly needs to be cleaned.
I wouldn't go stick in your mouth on it. That's where you're going to get corona from, licking that thing.
Nick's right. A little brasso would probably make that look
My-
like it was brand new.
Looks fine right
Listen, my dad had
Brasso cost you like what? Like $3?
my dad had copper pots and pans.
Yeah.
And like brass ones and stuff like that, old antiques. And literally, without really much work at all, it would turn it into what Danielle's cup looks like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for 100%.
Yeah, I think it'd be worth it. I'd love to see how good it would look with some brasso, honestly.
Yeah.
So-
Restore its luster.
Yeah. Back
And you can
to the
spit
good old
all in it.
1965.
Put it on a high heat wash in the
I
dishwasher
honestly-
and then brasso it up.
Cory, unfortunately, I can't tell you how old that thing is. It's not carbon dated. There's no. There were
no
other
paperwork with it?
There were other spittoons that were not by it now that had dates were like, oh, this is from 1947. But I'm like, nah, I don't have the time to bid on that. I gotta buy this shit now. So,
Sure, we can look something up.
I did have one more anecdote.
Scotty Moore wanted to know if he missed the best new 90-second segment.
I replied to him on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
You have not missed it yet, sir.
Yeah, we haven't hit that yet.
Yeah, well, I also got angry and said it's the worst segment.
No, come on. You agreed. 90 seconds. You agreed.
I didn't say it was a great segment. I just said I agreed.
But you
with
can't disparage it.
Of course I can.
Well, then I'm going to feel free to talk it up. I'm going to advertise it. I'm going to start putting stuff on Instagram going, tune in the Schnozzcast for the 90-second sports facts.
No, we all know you don't have access to the Instagram.
Yeah, I do. I'll hack your account. I've been in IT since 94.
I know nothing.
So the other thing I got this week was I bought myself a scally cap,
Oh, what?
a flat cap, like a
Hello, governor.
call it scally cap.
Like
Flat top cap with a little brim in the front.
like Joe's?
Paper?
Yeah, like Joe's got
Yeah.
those. Yeah, I bought
Like-
one.
like as
my
in-
dad did. My dad had one. He used to wear it every now and again.
As in, extra, read all about it?
Sure.
So,
I guess some people might call it a page boy cap. I guess, but
Yeah.
so you have that with you?
no, I didn't bring it with me.
Damn it.
Only very patriotic thongs. That's what he brings to my home.
I did.
Yeah, that was
I
last
did see
week. Come on,
that.
let's not revisit
and
the past.
100-year-old things that people used to spit into.
Right.
Oh, so
So,
I gave
yeah.
Danielle her stickers.
Yeah, thanks for my stickers.
Oh, you're welcome.
She's like, "Oh, where'd these come from?" I'm like, "Well, since you
Glad you asked. Yeah.
I
Here, let me pull it
I
up.
pulled up the clip of last week's episode,
Yeah.
and
How hard did she laugh when I
oh,
unfolded those
she
underwear?
lost it.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, so I bought this thing and it came in the mail and I was the only one home, and then Jack came back from somewhere and came in the house.
The cap?
Jack came into the house.
No, you're talking about
Oh,
the
he's
cap?
talking
Yeah, the cap.
Yeah.
So I tried it on, went in the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and I'm like, okay, all right. I've always worn a baseball cap, but I think I don't look too horrible in this.
I was gonna say that is taking, because that's something like, for me at least, buying something
Yeah.
like completely out of your normal realm like that.
Yeah.
And then you put it on. I've always been like, oh, fuck this. What am I doing? But
Well,
Like when
I
you put
didn't
it on
know.
that Mario cap on the Zoom session? That bright red hat
oh
that
yeah,
looked like you were...
Yeah.
my Caddyshack hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You looked like Mario.
But
Yeah, you just get used to seeing somebody look a certain way.
yeah. But
so,
after a bit, and you realize that other people wear it, and it's just got to be confident.
yeah,
with
but
it.
you still want to your close good friends go like, hey, what do you think? So you're not walking out in public looking like a jackass. So Jack comes home, and I had it sitting on the table, and he and I were talking about work and this and that, and it was kind of breaking the conversation. I go, guess what I got today? And I reach over and I put it on, And he goes, no. Take that off. No. Take it off. I don't want to see you in that. No, I can't. And I'm like, look at it. And I'm going,
I mean, but that's also your kid.
Look at it.
So of course he's going to say.
I go, what's wrong? He's like, no. I go, why? He's like, no.
Did you slam him and say, you understand that you're coming from my son with red hair, right? That he purposely dyed bright red.
I did actually say at one point, I go, I didn't have this reaction when you dyed your hair.
No, there it was. See? He said it in a dad way, but it was the same thing.
Yeah, I dadified it a little bit, but
I love you, but remember when you fell into bleach and then dyed it red?
He goes, it's like when someone has had a mustache for their entire life and then they shave it off and you're like, no, I can't even look at you. Go away until you grow it back. Maybe put a fake one on. That's fine. Like a little, curly Q, old-timey Snidely Whiplash mustache. But only then can I look at you. So I'm like, oh, okay.
I didn't say that I should be buying Happy Meals from you, did I, Jack? Sometimes we don't always say what we think.
So I did the ultimate test. And this morning I was supposed to go over to Lori's house because it was her son's first day back, like in person, like face-to-face schooling. And she had to go to school as well. So they hadn't yet worked out travel for him. So I said, well, I don't have any meetings. I'm like, why don't I just come over and I'll hang out with him, make sure he's ready to go, and I'll drop him off at school, and then I can go home after that. That way you want to take the day off or take the morning off. She's like, oh, okay. So I get over there I gave her a heads up. I'm like, so I told her about the sky cap I bought. I go,
no, dude, you should have just showed up.
Yeah. Why'd you give her a heads up?
Because I value her opinion. I know she's not gonna lie to me.
Yeah, but then you would have known had she opened the door and been like,
I didn't need to.
Hey.
I didn't need to surprise her to know she wasn't gonna give me a horseshit answer.
Oh God, there's someone's confused grandfather on my porch.
So,
sir,
I will say, when I looked in the mirror the first time, I'm like, I am now my father. Nothing I have done recently has made me feel more old than me looking in the mirror at this hat.
Oh, this poor old guy. I already got the paper this week, buddy. It's okay. Have a good one.
No thanks. COVID.
No, Lori, it's me.
COVID.
So she's like, oh, no, I'll take a look at it. No, I like hats.
Take a gander.
I like hats. I like all kinds of hats. And I'm like, good, because this is a different kind of a hat. So I showed up, and she's very, very nice. She goes, I like it.
But
I like you, I think, in a baseball cap more, but I like that too. And I'm like, so for a minute, I'm like, is that
this is going
is that French for I don't like your hat? I don't.
Listen here, Lori. It's either this or a sombrero, so you choose. What one do you like better? You tell me.
I should start showing up at her house every week with a different hat.
Yeah, you should, and record it.
Ooh, yes, I should have done that.
Record reactions.
Massive fail on my part. Sorry, I'll make up for it. So
if that hat was a little too old, perhaps you show up with one of those ones with a little helicopter
with
on top.
the propeller Rini.
Yeah,
I could do that. I'm sure I could find one.
Oh, you probably already have one.
No, I skew a little bit older than the propeller.
When you were a little toik. A little baby tyke.
No, my mom sold all my shit in garage sales when I was 11.
I was hoping the answer would be, God, no, I've never had one of those. But
who didn't have one?
My mom sold my helicopter.
Well, I grew up when there was no internet, there were no cars, there were no phones. There was just me and my sisters and and a couple mules and a plow, and that's it. All right, why don't we move along from this, and we'll take advantage of the lovely Danielle Finn being back in our midst and do a little Daniel's Word Box.
All right.
You got a graphic, sir? You just pulled up?
I did.
Oh, look at you.
Ooh.
It's got to move a spitter.
I don't like that.
I love it. I love that you called it a spitter, because that's what you should call it.
I don't like that
What
that's
the
a
hell
thing.
am I supposed to call it?
It's a spittoon.
We called that bottle a spitter before. Now it's a legitimate spitter.
That's what I'm afraid of.
He was always going to be spitting. I love that crap.
I do not.
I know you do.
I love all of it but the picture.
The fact that Cory wait, did Cory make that?
No.
No.
Oh, damn it. That would have just been icing on the cake.
I like all the little kid with letters with it.
I like the letters.
All right, so real quick, this is a segment that we do every now and again, in which we have a box filled with words or tongue twisters that have a little shh sound to them, as though there was a nor'easter blowing through, and stems from an episode 15, 17, something like that.
Oh yeah, it was early
where
on.
Danielle put a little sh on the Smirnoff brand of vodka, and she's been a good sport ever since. And so what? Cory's entering in.
Yeah.
You got a word or a tongue twister?
Word.
Okay. I think what Danielle probably misses is what's on Bob's shelf.
Oh yeah,
We went through everything though.
kinda. I mean, there's other closets and boxes full of stuff. So it's either a bunch of like old paint or like old computer cables and shit, which is of interest to no one. So, hey, this is how they connected printers back in 1995. Oh, is that my? Is that the word?
That is the word.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to pronounce words though, because as soon as you guys say it, I'm like, damn it, I know that one.
My dad used this one a lot.
He did this exact word.
I know he used it in this form exactly once or twice, but
Wow, I did not know that when I put it in the box.
the origin.
Ooh, I might have to look up the origin while
Is
we're.
it Jewish?
Most
it's either
SCH words are
Jewish or Yiddish.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think it is, Danielle.
Schleppist?
Very close.
I would say it's the schleppiest.
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 What is it?
Schleppiest.
If something is
Schleppiest?
schleppy and something else is even schleppier, then it would be the schleppiest of those two things.
Oh.
Yeah, he used a lot of schlepp. Anytime you did something stupid,
It's a 20-point word score in Scrabble.
Wow.
So you're welcome, internet. Yeah, I don't think I needed to. Yeah, schleppy is run down, frumpy, awkward, clumsy, dull.
Is that when you call somebody a schlep?
The word it's derived from the word schlepp, whose origin is Yiddish.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. Not surprising. A schlepp. A schlepp is a long. This is from the Urban Dictionary, by the way. It's not from like Merriam-Webster or something like that. But according to Urban Dictionary, a schlepp is a long and tiresome walk. So my car broke down and I had to schlep to the store. I took a schlep to the gas station.
Makes sense.
As it always does. Sorry, are we due for?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
Something good this time.
Not that blackberry stuff, please.
Something delicious.
Nick, would we have had to make something delicious? Or have had made?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Wow.
Would we have had to make something delicious?
Did we make something
He's
delicious?
talking about the shot.
Yeah, this that we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we made this. It's a weird way to get into that.
I know.
We made this homemade peach moonshine, and I think this is Danielle's first time trying it, unfortunately, because Cory was sent home with quite a bit.
I don't just sit at home and drink moonshine.
Well, perhaps you should. What are you going to do? Because your boyfriend's a small bear, and he sleeps all the time, so.
I'm usually at work.
Oh, he's still sleeping when you get back.
No, I'm usually at work.
Bob, if you could not do that over the white carpet, I would appreciate it. Thanks.
White carpet.
Yeah, not anymore.
It was never white.
It's like drip, 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 drip. He's like,
Well, I did buy a special cap just for
oh
that.
my God.
It's going on the.
Yeah.
You didn't want it on the carpet.
It's going to go on your computer in a second. We're close.
That works.
You got more on the table than you got in the glass.
It's not your carpet.
You had to look on your face like you intended on doing it.
It's not your carpet.
Oh,
You're welcome.
well, there's some on my carpet, not that much, but
If there's only a special cap that was purchased too.
I've never seen something
Pour
like
good
that
shots.
happen and then have the person get angry at me.
You just told me not to get it on your carpet. Isn't that what these are for?
Yeah, but you didn't get it in that.
It was as if I was like, "Hey,
It did not go in the runner.
hey, don't spill it on the carpet. You know, you're dripping a little bit." And then he went, Just poured it all onto the table.
Yeah, we're good.
It's on your laptop and everything.
Oh, it's fine. That happens every week.
You didn't stick it in the puddle of it, though, did you?
No, puddle's right there.
No, Nick will wash these again soon. Cheers.
Oh, here we
Cheers.
go.
Good Lord.
Cheers.
That's good. It's better than that whatever blackberry.
Well,
thing it
that's
Not a fan of blackberry.
was. Oh, no.
that doesn't say
Blackberry
much for
McGillicuddy's, which was a new purchase for us. I happened to find it
It just
up
tastes
in the
like
thumb
medicine.
area last weekend.
We actually have 2 new McGillicuddy's to try tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so save that for next round. Post break,
Yeah.
I guess. Guys, I don't have any booze news for the week. I have nothing. Does anybody got anything? Corey?
Unfortunately, I do not.
All right, we are skipping past booze news then. Do I even need to ask if you got any Funko this?
Wait, time out real quick.
Oh!
I have a killer robot thing for you.
You do?
Yeah, you didn't tell
Hold
him?
on. No.
No, why would I tell him?
I don't know. You might have.
Corey never tells me anything.
What are you doing?
Trying to find the...
Did you add a kill robot button?
Yeah, we have one.
What is... Oh, no, not that one. Fuck.
Oh, that doesn't work.
No, right there.
Oh, that one.
And now welcome to the Killer Robot of the Week.
So there's a new show coming out on Fox called
Whoopsie
Net.
poopsie.
The net?
No,
Yeah, I did.
You
Maybe.
did. Oh, yeah. It's called Next. Did he tell you about it?
I played the trailer for them last
Well,
episode.
he did.
No, he
He
didn't.
tried.
Yeah, he did.
He did
we
try.
couldn't, we couldn't get the volume working.
He played it, and the volume wouldn't
Corey
work.
couldn't get the volume.
So we sat in
I
silence
was
on an
not-
audio podcast.
I thought it was all. I
While
thought the
he
volume
continued to
ran
play
through your laptop.
No, it would have came out next out of the TV.
But the last time you played a clip, you were
Yeah,
controlling everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
All right,
That's
you
not
guys
how
got to
that
work
works.
that shit out. Okay, yeah, but so we did hear about it.
Okay.
We're not as. Why don't you give us? Can you give us a quick?
It's just basically
Synopsis?
your worst fear in a TV show.
Okay.
They have like I can't exactly remember like what the trailer was. I just remember that there was the robot.
start.
Oh, did Corey show you too?
No, I showed him. I paused. It was coming. It came on as like a commercial, and
Yeah.
I paused it so he could. What are you doing?
So he could what?
I paused the show so that he could see the commercial for it because as soon as I saw it, I just thought of Bob and all of his killer robot nightmares. Because basically what it is, to have this robot and they start teaching it how to do certain things, and then that muted me.
do it later, man. Sorry to interrupt, folks.
that's-
We're not going to be able to
All
mute
right.
that. We'll
I think
do it on the break.
because you guys are sharing a mic.
Yeah, they're sharing a mic connection. Absolutely.
But it starts to get smarter and learn how to do more things that it shouldn't, and kind of like takes over
Okay.
everything.
You'll have to tell me how it is because I'm not going to be
I'm
watching
not gonna watch
that.
it.
No?
Hold on.
Nick will watch it. He
probably
doesn't care.
crying.
Nick doesn't care about killer robots at all.
No, I love killer robots.
Yeah, he can't wait to submit to our new overlords, our new metallic overlords.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're going to say something?
No.
Okay. So that was Killer Robot of the Week. Thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome.
See, you two crazy kids got to talk a little more.
He's the one. I just asked him, and he said no, he didn't. And then he was like, "Oh,
I
did."
thought you had something else that I couldn't remember.
No.
Then I
And-
could. I thought it was something else that I can't recall.
That's usually the case. But in this case, it was not.
All right.
Was that another story you're telling me while I was asleep?
All right. I know you got a Funko this, Cory.
I mean, I guess I do.
Yeah, quit calling me because when I'm asleep, my watch vibrates and it feels funny on my wrist.
And,
Only because he fell asleep with it on.
and to that I say, take the fucking watch off. If you
Well,
know you're not
if-
going to...
I fell asleep on the couch.
If
I
we
wasn't-
don't pass out on the couch and then not get up when you've been
But before
woken up
you
8
lay
times.
your stallion ass on the couch, take off your fucking watch. 'Cause
Sometimes he takes it off his wrist and puts it somewhere else.
you know you're not going to
Call me.
answer the phone anyway, so why even have it on? Waking you up.
I answered it.
Oh.
All right, so for Funko this, for this
Lost
week,
interest.
Cory is showing us a melange of Schitt's Creek Funkos.
A fruit salad?
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
No wiggles.
Thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome. I work with.
I only had one of those, by the way. All right, so numbers 975, 76, 73, and 74.
So this was actually Danielle's pickup and discovery.
Oh, so you're the big Schitt's Creek aficionado of the house?
Yes, I got them at Target.
Okay, but you've both watched the show?
Yes.
Are you both fans of the show? Okay. Cory, would you have bought these or were these?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
They just got released.
Yeah, that's why it was actually very surprising that she found them just sitting in a Target, because normally when stuff like that comes out, it's insanely hard to find.
Are you guys like the couple with no kids that's always in the toy aisle?
These are these are our kids, Nick. These Funkos are our kids.
Cory likes to go down the Nerf gun aisle a lot.
Oh, I can get on board with that.
And then complain about, oh, this stuff is so cool. Why didn't they have this when I was a kid?
It is kind of saddening.
You can buy it now.
That's how I know
Still.
you're
Oh,
getting,
and I do.
That's how you know you're getting old, buddy.
Danielle.
All these cool toys now.
I just scared the shit out of dogs the other night.
Yeah, with his stupid arrow and whatever else. But yeah, I found these all at Target
So
after I had ordered them all online.
So let me ask you this. Have there been any Funkos that, Cory, you have bought where Danielle's like, why did you buy that? Like, it was clearly like she would never bought it, but you did.
I don't think so.
No, I stay in the lane of just about everything that we agree on.
Same thing for Danielle? So you guys are of a like mind. So really, you're just two heads of the same beast going out to the store.
Well, I would say the only ones that kind of went a little out of my realm were the Toy Story ones, but those were on sale for like $1 a piece. So
$1?
They were on clearance at a Hallmark.
yeah, Hallmark was just apparently getting rid of everything. So
Okay. You were not a Toy Story fan?
No, I like the movie. I mean, it's not. And again, if either of us wanted to get, kind of our own little collection or whatever, that's fine.
Right.
But I mean, I like Toy Story and all that. It's just, we have a like Schitt's Creek. I know there would be no, like if I saw myself, I'd be like, oh, I know Danielle will have these. The Big Lebowski stuff. I'm sure that's my own little collection, but.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You probably would not have bought any Big Lebowski stuff.
I mean, I would have bought it for him, but I wouldn't have just.
Yeah, but the test is, would you have bought it for you?
No.
Ronda Rousey?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. Thanks, Nick.
Good
You're
point.
welcome.
Well, I mean, you can't. I mean, it's cool that you guys do it together, but you're not going to agree on everything. And as long as it's cool that he comes home with a Ronda Rousey and you're not, how dare you buy it? I didn't consent to that purchase.
Well, yeah, because there's one that
Decline.
I want that he would
Decline
never
the charges.
buy. So
Yeah, I know.
that's it.
Which one's that?
Corey came home with a Ronda Rousey. It'd be more of a
told you
realistic toy.
The Ariel one I want to get
Oh,
from Target.
yeah.
Talk about a blow up doll.
Bob. Come on. We're just fighting, Danielle. I told you we were just fighting in the next room.
She's still in her box.
Oh, I'll bet she is.
Who? Rhonda?
Rhonda.
Oh, she comes out every night.
When I'm sleeping. Yep.
Oh, disgusting.
Oh, hey, honey.
Disgusting.
Yeah, lady's
You're
sleeping
weird.
again.
I don't know what happens when I
Hello,
go to sleep
darkness,
and
my
he
old
stays up.
friend.
Oh, damn, I completely forgot the Funko this fucking artwork.
Oh, no.
Oh.
After begging me for so long.
Can you do it in post?
Oh, I can do it now. That was Funko this, everyone.
Okay. Hey, Danielle.
Yeah.
Have you made any? It's been a while since you've been here. So I guarantee you've made some trips to Costco.
I actually went today.
Okay,
my
so
goodness.
can we do the inaugural segment of, and we'll come up with artwork later, the Costco,
We as a whole.
Costco communique with Danielle Finn.
Sure.
All right. Give us a breakdown. What'd you do at Costco?
Today I went to get dog food and pick up my prescription, and I bought lots of things I didn't need.
Can we call this segment Cost O?
Wow.
I don't think that went over
With an
well.
exclamation point?
We
If
won't.
that makes
and no,
you
we
excited
cannot.
if that makes you excited about doing the artwork, sure.
Might call it something different.
I'm not married to the title, so yeah, whatever. That's fine. So you bought a bunch of stuff that you don't need.
I mean, it was food.
Okay, so you do eat food, but
I know, but like,
It was just
Oh,
food.
so you eat food. Okay.
it wasn't like I needed to get it. It was just I was there, and I was like, well,
Breakfast burritos.
No.
Why not?
No.
They don't have the. I don't know if those
the El
kind are
Monterey.
good. Yeah.
The what?
The El Monterey.
Oh, what is that?
That's the brand.
That's
of
the brand that we brought up north. Oh, which by the way, you wouldn't like the ones I bought because they're wheat.
Yeah, keep telling me.
What's wrong with
Don't
weed?
worry, the ones I have are disgusting. You wouldn't like those. Don't eat
You got a
them.
weed allergy or something?
Yes.
I think I do.
Really?
I
The
don't
first
know.
time I ever went over to Danielle's old apartment and she made dinner,
Yeah.
she made spaghetti.
Did she say welcome to the
her-
old apartment?
Yes.
It was like our third
Only two
date.
steps from the street?
And the bare naked ladies are there.
It was like our third or
That
fourth.
sounds like an amazing
There were
date.
some bare naked ladies, I'm sure, at some point.
It was only like our third or fourth date too.
And she's
Oh,
like,
you waited till the fourth date to poison him?
I guess.
Well,
So I-
congratulations to you.
I didn't know it was going to
That's
poison
restraint.
him.
I made fish tacos.
No, I don't eat fish.
Are there fish sticks in the tacos? Is that
That's not
There
a
was
bad
about to
idea.
be.
I was going to say. That's the only way he eats his fish tacos.
So we eat dinner.
I
and
made
it-
spaghetti. I made homemade spaghetti.
Yeah.
Right.
and
Corey.
about an hour after
My
that, we're
spaghetti
sitting there
sauce
watching.
is really good. Don't eat
Did you home make your spaghetti?
Yeah,
your sauce?
I make
too?
my
Okay.
own sauce. I don't make the
Wow.
noodles, but I make my own sauce.
That's still pretty impressive.
So we're sitting there watching TV or a movie, whatever, and I'm like, I can feel the sweat. Oh boy. I'm like, okay, let's just work this one back up.
Hold
I
on.
can feel my- I can
whoa.
feel my stomach.
Work this one back up?
I'm like,
What
I can
is-
feel my stomach
It's gonna
churning.
What is that?
He pulled
but
the,
what is
turtle head back in.
Yeah, what is the move that somehow reverse engineers
Let
the...
me let me show you. You just
Okay.
kind of go. It's like that.
No, hopefully, if you hear that sound, then things have not worked.
So I'm like, we're sitting there, had great night and everything, but I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, I really got to get going.
The sound of someone slamming a dusty car door.
So you,
Dude, I got-
clearly did not feel comfortable enough in dropping a deuce
Not
in
yet,
Danielle's.
No,
Okay.
it was still really, like I said, it was like our fourth
If he
date.
had, what would you have? Would you have been like, oh, this is over?
No. Everybody got a poo.
Oh,
Dude,
in hindsight, if only you had known.
Dude, I got in the
Holy
car
no.
and on the road, and the first place I saw that even potentially had a public restroom, I almost drove. I would have
You shit in
drove
their
my
bushes?
car right into whatever convenience store it was.
Yeah.
And ran in and just shit my brains out for about 30 minutes in this public toilet.
I love your time. Thank you.
Oh, dude.
We're not even done with the spaghetti yet.
Would you like to stay for some coffee?
It was so,
no, thank you.
It was so bad.
So he's not allowed to have wheat noodles ever
I think we
again.
should make out. Gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. It might have been the Cory instead of the wheat noodles.
Oh, it was definitely the wheat noodles. I've never had a reaction like that.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
back on it now, did you? I mean, clearly you wish it hadn't happened, but were you like, oh man, I really like this girl, and we would have probably just made on the couch for hours if I had been able to stay and hold my hold the contents of my. Yeah.
No, she was going to give it up on the first date, so I knew that was going to be
Oh
an issue.
my God!
Why do you keep saying
was not-
that?
Wow.
But clearly she didn't shit for brains. She didn't give it up to you on the first date.
Oh, no,
because you
I
were
was
in
the one
a-
that was like, nah.
Pump the brakes.
He
First
likes
date.
to make up stories
As
in
sweat's
his
running
head.
down your brow, you're like, I'm not that kind of guy.
Well, no, this was
I'm a
this
gentleman.
this was the third
God
date.
damn it.
I'm talking about the very, very first date.
Cory.
I was
Oh boy. Okay.
So it wasn't until another time that she went to go make spaghetti again, and she's like, "Oh, these noodles." I was like, "Dude." I'm like, "No, we got to talk about that."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are those wheat?" She's like, "Well, yeah, that's what I
If you
eat."
want to get on this, you can't be feeding me that.
I'm like, "No, wheat noodles are not going to work any longer." Let me tell you a story.
If you want to take
And,
a seat,
So
you got to
did-
get on board with the wheat.
All right. So you told her the story of you
It was a while though.
shitting my brains out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a long time. before I told you that.
clenching your asshole trying to get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Which was she? Oh, I'm really. Oh.
She's like, "Well,
Oh, you poor
she's like, well,
baby.
no more wheat noodles for you then."
Oh, okay. So she's a pragmatist.
I just
get it.
envision those big wooden, like medieval doors where the whole city's trying to hold them closed, and you got Vikings on the other side just.
Hold! More troops!
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Hold
it
the
was-
line!
it was so-
Hold the line!
Hold the line.
It was so bad.
Oh,
Yeah, one of those
you
big
were Hodor on that
Oak
date.
log battering rams. Just,
Yeah, it was.
Well, the one with the dragon's mouth that's
Yeah.
on fire, just like right in the door. One more time, lads, for the old Scotland. Wow, that is a good story.
Yep. So ever since then.
She has made you pasta since then, right?
Yeah.
But just not wheat noodles.
No.
No.
Okay.
She retired her homemade spaghetti after that.
No, we had it not too long ago.
Yeah, the sauce is fine. It was definitely the wheat
Just the
noodles.
wheat
Was it,
noodles,
Cory?
okay.
Just tell us, was it better the first time? The sauce has it kind of gone downhill a little bit?
I mean, depends on the
Is
day.
the bloom off the rose in that sauce?
Yeah, she's kind of skimped a little
Luster
bit.
off the.
She was really trying to impress you that first night.
I
Yeah,
think good spaghetti.
She bought
Yeah.
all the McCormick
Yeah.
spices, all the real good ones.
Yeah, but you ran out.
all the private,
You
all the
literally sprinted out the door.
Oh, there was no sprinting.
all the Kroger private selection.
It was a very fast shuffle to the car.
Now she's getting those dollar garlic powders.
Ooh, okay.
I mean,
All right. So where did we start? We kind of started talking about Costco.
We were talking about Costco
Okay.
and it got way derailed.
We did. That's fine. So what else did you? Any new finds where you're like, holy shit, you're not going to believe what I find at Costco, or was it
No.
more of the kind of the old staples?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is new. I haven't had it. My mom's had it before, but I haven't. They have like chicken skewers.
Like
Okay.
satay?
Like what?
Like satay or kebab skewers?
Like kebab skewers, but it's just the chicken.
Kebab skewers. I know those words. I didn't know the other word you said, but those words I know.
Danielle. Yes.
Yes. You mean kebabs?
Both of those things, yes. Chicken.
I don't know what it is either. If it makes you feel
It's
any
just,
better.
it's just a chicken on the stick.
Kebab.
Yeah, but there's no
Yeah.
like vegetables or anything on it. Just I got them for lunch.
Okay.
oh, that's cool.
Satay is a...
Nobody said you couldn't have them. You don't like to eat chicken.
I'm sure you were sleeping at the time and unable to eat this.
I did
Kebabs.
say no. I just bought them today. I did say, did you need anything from Costco? And he said no. Which I bought you macaroni and cheese.
Hold on. When has Cory ever said, no, I don't need anything from whatever store you're going to?
Every time.
What?
Almost every time.
Remember how mad he was when he lost his macaroni and cheese?
That he put in his car.
No, he did. He absolutely.
Why do you
100%
tell
did
her,
this.
no, you don't need anything? You know you do.
Because I can go get it.
I know, but she's
You
offering
can't
to
go
get it for you.
You can't go to Costco. You don't have a Costco card.
Oh.
I can go to fucking Costco if I want to go to Costco.
Translation, bitch, you can't go to Costco. Only I can go to Costco.
Well, he
Yep.
can go with me.
you
He
can't go
by
unless
himself.
I go.
I can
I
steal her
let you
card
go to
right
Costco,
out of her
bitch.
wallet. They don't check that shit at the door. You just go, okay, and
They
walk right
check
in.
when you're checking
unless
out.
they flag you down, they it's kind of like, he
you
doesn't belong here.
When they're checking out and they look at that
I'll
horrible,
see you back at the car.
horribly pixelated photo.
Yeah.
Oh, Ms. Finn,
Yes.
you look a little different.
Got something to say about it?
Transgender, okay, no problem. Nope, yep. We're
I
friendly
see
here. That's
a
fine. Go ahead.
65-year-old Hawaiian woman.
Dude, they're not going to turn down money. I could show them whoever's card. I'm still giving them money.
I feel like Danielle would drop dime on you.
I don't
Hi,
think that's how it works.
Someone here doesn't belong.
Hi, Livonia PD. Yeah, we have another card impersonator.
Like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you just start going, and then all these people come from all over.
We'll hold them here as long as we can. Sir, did you try our free sample of our ham and cheese sandwich over here?
They don't have free
They don't
samples
have
right
free
now, sons of
samples.
bitches.
Because of COVID?
Because of
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, that's probably a wise move.
But
How many
it's
people
sad.
are
Is it
still?
though?
How many people are still traipsing through Costco,
Oh, a lot.
not wearing masks, going "fuck this"? I want my freedom.
I mean, but here's
I don't think I saw anybody without a mask. Oh, one
Really?
person.
couldn't you just do not let everyone touch the tray and just keep it behind like plexiglass and say, "Oh, you want a free sample?"
No, people are
Here you-
animals.
here you go.
No,
But I mean, they
I
always
would
are
not
little
touch-
individual like cup things.
I'll tell you what. Before COVID, I probably would not have touched that tray anyway. But after COVID, people are savages.
Well, I mean, people cut in front of you and steal.
Yeah, lick their fingers, grab the shit, and you're like, "Oh god."
Yeah, but Danielle, you decided to go out with him. That was a decision you made.
All right, so you got the rest of the old staples. Nothing.
Mine.
Chicken kebabs were new. Do you guys ever go to Trader Joe's?
No, there's not one like super cool. I mean, there's one in Royal Oak.
There's one in Novi.
Farmington.
Is there a Farmington one too?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which are both super close to me.
Royal Oak would probably be the closest.
Yeah.
Okay. I keep getting seeing ads for like their fall sales, new foods or whatever. It's
Yeah. Oh, I did get pretzel bites.
I did
Yes.
make one trip to Trader Joe's.
The Uncle Ray's pretzel bites.
Get out of here. The ones with the cheese in the middle.
Uncle Ray's doesn't have the cheese in the middle on theirs.
Well, they used
Is
to.
it peanut butter?
They used to.
What's in the middle?
Nothing.
No, they're just a pretzel bite.
Just pretzels?
Oh, Angie was. Oh no,
They're
I'm sorry.
like little circles.
That's
Oh, okay.
They're different from the ones I get at Kroger.
just so you know. If you need anything, we're heading over to Restaurant Depot on Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to join. We're actually going to hit Vivio's first and have some Bloody Marys.
What time I have to babysit?
Corey's saying that he's going to be
Time you
there.
got to
But he's probably
babysit?
not going to be there.
No,
5
he's
a.m.
got to work. What time?
I
you
have
gotta-
to be there at 6.
Until
Yeah.
when?
4 in
Whenever
the
my-
afternoon.
Whenever
when?
my mom gets there.
You have to be there at 6 a.m.
Which is generally when?
11, 12.
Ooh, okay, so I think we're planning on going down to Vivio's at 11:30, and then going to Restaurant Depot from there.
Maybe. I'll let you know.
So you may be able to just meet us at Restaurant Depot.
Yeah, or depending upon your mom, if you tell your mom like, hey,
Yeah.
can you be here a little bit early or whatever, just text him or me.
So
Okay.
when Cory came with me, he was supposed to show up a little bit early, and it did not transpire that way. And they were closing within a half hour of when he picked me up,
Oh.
and it was a 7-minute drive. So I've never seen such a fast shuffle through that store. Oh God! Oh, they have this. They have this. Like, this is not normally what we. This is not usually the speed that we go through Restaurant Depot. There's so many things you'd probably like to look at.
Right.
But he was like, he was very excited, like a kid in Toys R Us.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. So you would, I think you'd like it. They have a lot of, literally all the different stuff like that restaurants have for their appetizers. Mm-hmm. Anything you think of.
Okay.
That's what they have.
Yeah, so Sunday, just let either one of us know
Okay.
if you think. So, Cory, what do you say we break here?
Sounds good.
Excellent. Please stick with us. If you're watching live, it'll be 15 minutes or so before we come back. You don't have to leave the room. We'll put a graphic up there. I wish we could put on hold music.
Yeah.
Some sort of Monty Python-esque
We
movie
could.
trailer.
If
We're going to get pulled off of.
You can get it on the mixer.
You know what I got to do? I got to
Jack-
bother Jack
yeah.
to finish. He's working on a new piece of music right now, and see if we can use that for the.
There you
We'll just
go.
loop it. But if you're listening to the audio version of this, it will be instantaneous. You'll have 1 minute of Jack Moran's awesome interlude music, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the second half of episode 94 for Schnozzcast. We are going to jump into gentleman's agreement now, and we're going to make a phone call over to Mr. Greg Gumtow. I'm putting a stake in the ground for Greg, saying it's Gumtow. He was unwilling to do that last week, but I'm doing it for the rest of humanity. So let's give him a call now and see if we can get his review for the movie he had to watch last week.
Which, by the way, none of us remember what his movie was, so hopefully he does.
Yeah.
He said he watched it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, whatever he says, we'll believe him.
Just about. Not hearing any ringing over there.
Oh, I know why.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Hello.
Greg.
What's up, brother?
Hey, it's Bob. We're on the Schnozzcast. You are live, sir.
Oh boy. Lucky me.
Good to hear from you, brother.
Hang on, though. If I do remember correctly, he actually hears through your phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. Well, we are we're having you go first here with a real quick. I know you've got you're in the middle of other plans tonight, but if you could spare a few minutes and tell us what you had to watch last week and what you thought.
So I did finish Breaking Bad. Was not bad. Good ending. I already kind of knew what happened because I'd looked it up beforehand. But it was actually good to see it play out. So I like the way it ended.
So you had to watch the whole the second half of the last season, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I gave him he had 6 episodes left, and I gave him 2, and he said he would just finish the rest.
You just went to the end. Okay.
So I finished off those, watched all 6 episodes, and then I watched El Camino like right after.
Oh, you did? No way.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, I like the little backstory it took. Kind of show a little more in depth from that last couple of episodes there.
Right.
Delve more into it. It's pretty good. So it wasn't too bad. I hate El Caminos, though, so, it was, they're just ugly. They're just ugly. I don't care what anybody says. They're ugly.
Greg, what did you think about the way the last episode of Breaking Bad played out?
So I did.
We should say spoilers for the audience here. We should say spoilers. So,
spoiler alert, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I knew he died at the end of it. I do like how he played it off to kind of save Jesse at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of getting into a fight with them, knowing that everybody would stand up, try to break him up, and then setting off his little contraption in the trunk there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty badass.
Yeah, I think
agree.
that was one of my favorite parts, and I knew you would absolutely love that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, who doesn't like a saw going off in the background? But yeah, that was pretty good. And then yeah, it was nice. Like I was like, oh, I'll watch El Camino tomorrow. And I'm like, you know what? You're not doing anything. Just watch it. So I just
you lazy fuck. You're not doing anything. Watch it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly how it was going off in my head. I'm like, just watch it. Call it good. So I just rolled right into it.
That's awesome.
So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Do you have a couple more minutes to hang on the phone, because we can move right here into Nick Bader's gentleman's agreement, which I think was assigned by you.
That's correct.
So
Nick, boy, here we go.
No, well, I assigned one, and Greg gave a recommendation.
Yeah, no, yeah. Greg gave me Gray State.
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No, I thought Greg gave me.
I thought you did too. Okay, Greg. Well, you're welcome to hang on the line if you want, or we can drop you here if you got other stuff going on.
I did. No, we're good. I did watch the first 2 episodes. I actually watched the first 3 episodes of The Rain as well.
Wow.
Jesus.
What? Did you not have to work this week? Or
speaking of rain,
yeah, I did. I go to work and then I go home and I watch TV all day. I work out and watch TV. That's what I do.
So what were your thoughts on The Rain?
I do. I love the premise behind it.
Yep.
I like those kind of movies. So I'm having a little trouble with the. It's one thing to watch a movie with subtitles, but it kind of sucks to watch a season of something with subtitles.
Greg,
that's how I felt too.
Yeah, it's Cory's worst nightmare.
But
hate it.
But it's not just subtitles. To be fair.
No, it's not. But I focus. I tend to my focus goes to the word.
Greg,
sometimes I miss stuff.
Greg, you passed up our to be fair opportunity, man.
We don't want to cut him off. I don't want to cut him off.
No, but
to be fair.
To be fair, it's dubbing. It's not just subtitles.
No, but it's.
Wait, hold on. It's subtitles and they're dubbing it in English?
Yes.
So you don't need the subtitles then?
No, you don't.
No, you do.
It's dubbed. Yeah, it's dubbed. You don't have to watch the subtitles.
You don't.
Have to, but
Yeah, if they're dubbing it in English voices, then you don't have to watch the subtitles. You could do one or the other, I assume. You could turn the sound off, watch subtitles, or you could Just listen to the English
They
dubbing.
have heavy. What is it? Swedish or
Swedish, yeah.
Swedish accent. Is it? No, it's not. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Heavy.
I guess if it's that heavy.
I don't, but
I'll have to look into a little more. I just turned it on and started watching it. I didn't get all into it. I just started watching. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. I didn't really.
But you love the premise of it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So what I thought was a cool thing, and I think I mentioned last time, I just don't know if I mentioned it when you were here, is, and I think this is just amazing, but most 90% of the dubbing was done by the actual actor.
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
Yep. And I thought that was so impressive because I can only speak like one language, basically. So.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. That's all I got.
Yep.
That's awesome.
But no, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Do you have the opportunity after you're there to swing by here and we can talk more?
Possibly. I don't know what time I'm going to get out of here, though.
All right. Well,
Kind of winding down, but we'll see.
We'll shoot you a text when we're done, and then if you're in a spot to stop by, great. If not, we can catch up with you later.
All right, sounds good. Did anybody watch the movie that I had said something about? The Monster Project movie.
The Black Summer?
Oh, Black Summer 2. That was another one.
Wait, okay. So for Black Summer, I told my daughter about that because she's big into horror, and I remember that was a strong recommendation for you. So she's already added it to her watch list on Netflix.
Okay, nice.
But what was the other one that you recommended?
The other one was the Monster Project.
Did you give it as an assignment to someone or just a recommendation?
I don't think I gave it an assignment. I just talked about it. It's one of my should watch things, or towards the end of the podcast there.
Okay. I'm putting it down in the notes with Black Summer. So
Okay.
between those two,
I know Nick wrote it down. If you want to check it out.
I sure did. I have it right here. I'm looking at it right here. Hold on.
Greg, Nick writes nothing down during the
Oh,
entire
no,
podcast.
I did that
He
one.
looks at me, he's like, hey, write that down, will you?
He had somebody else write it down.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me. It's me.
I had
Bob is the stenographer.
a stenographer, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unpaid.
Well, Greg, it has been a pleasure.
All right, Greg. Thank you very
right,
much,
guys.
dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, shoot me
All
a
right, sounds
text
good, man.
in a little bit, and thanks for coming on.
All right, man.
All right, we'll see you.
See ya.
Yeah.
All right. So since I'd already sort of dished it off to you, Nick, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Gray State.
Wait, before you do that, since these are already getting warm.
Yeah,
sorry,
they are.
They're probably even worse when they're warm.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So this is so we're gonna do another Schnozzcast shot. So if you are perhaps
I can smell it.
doing one,
I got
if you're
goosebumps.
perhaps doing one last mow of the lawn with us playing your headphones,
Get away from my nose.
stop right now, walk inside, brush the grass off of your shoes,
Yeah.
and go get yourself
You
a
might
shot
not even
glass.
need to brush the grass off. This shot's going to do that for you.
Go get a shot glass, pour yourself a little libation, and
Give
pause
your balls a fucking tug, tit fucker.
give us a pause right now, and we're back. And here we go. We're gonna do a shot of this is McGillicuddy's
Ice mint.
Ice mint.
This could be the first time I actually throw up on the podcast.
No, you just gotta put it back, dude.
Just aim for the spot Bob
put it
already
back.
spilled on.
Yeah, see if you had the Spittoon in here, you'd be covered.
Might be a little more than that.
Here we go.
Cheers. Ooh, that's refreshing.
I'm gonna say it's not bad.
Wasn't as strong as I expected. That's
no, it's
good.
not bad at all.
Because you were thinking mouthwash.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. There it is.
No, it's not.
It's got a little toothpaste finished on the end.
Nothing bad
It does.
about that.
It's.
This is a date.
No,
this is a date
But
shot
it's a lot
right here.
smoother than I thought it would be.
I'm
I
going
will
to tell you
say.
what. I prefer that over the blackberry.
The blackberry?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, well,
so
you-
take some vodka.
Look, you can't
Puree some toothpaste into it.
You can't. You
Got it.
Can't hit a
Done.
home run every time.
That is true.
Babe Ruth never hit a home run every time.
That is true.
Ted Williams didn't hit a home run every time.
Yeah, I don't know. Is this 90 seconds of sports? Because I need to
No.
start the clock.
Nope, this is unclocked sports time. All right, Gray State, sir.
So yeah, I was assigned Gray State. I thought it was from Greg. It would be rather fitting if it was from Greg, but it makes sense that it's a documentary. Really, it was assigned by Cory. So, yeah. Spoiler alerts.
Pretty fucked up, huh?
It was a lot to take in. It was about a guy in his 30s with, beautiful, happy wife, little 5-year-old daughter, living in middle-class America.
A veteran.
Well, they get to that.
Okay.
And I will as well. But, they go on to, he's a small-time movie producer, and basically he ends up, he's unemployed, and he takes money he doesn't have to put it into one trailer for this movie, which I didn't care for much, but it was kind of like anti-establishment, the government's trying to put people in concentration camps, kind of paranoia, conspiracy theory kind of movie. But it was wildly successful, and it was well received by a huge audience. And he started going around the country and speaking and doing all these things, and everyone was just, oh my God, Gray State, this is amazing. That was the name of the movie. And he was really good at what he did. He was almost kind of like a Rain Man. I mean, filling up an entire wall with a storyboard of sticky notes and, string and everything, connecting all the plots and, telling the inner thoughts of each character and all this stuff. I mean, for being in his mid-30s or early 30s, it was pretty crazy. So they go on to say that this had all transpired like in January, and they had some concerns when the neighbors said they heard the dogs barking and noticed that there were presents from Christmas on the porch still, like covered in snow. So he lived apparently in a different state than his family, and the neighbor ended up going over and knocking on the door, and the dogs were all barking and going crazy, and there were all 3 family members dead on the floor. 5-year-old daughter, the wife, and him. So it dives deeper, and this is almost like a one that, Bob, you'd be like, wow, this is really depressing. Yeah.
A lot like all of the documentaries I was inside in the month of September.
I mean, but this is, this Kathy Sesnick thing was real, but you're not, for the most part, seeing, video footage. There's a shit ton, because this is recent, a shit ton of video footage of him, and he was like a film and movie director, so there's constant footage of him talking, rallying the crowds and just being this Rain Man, and actually gets signed by this company that wants to produce his movie, like big name company that wants to produce his movie. And then all of a sudden they just find him dead, and they couldn't figure out what happened. And then they go into a dark backstory. So basically he was a veteran. They then disclosed that his wife was Arabic, who kind of assimilated to his culture. He was a white guy. They then disclosed that he ended up loving the people but hating the area and hating the cause and hating the war. And it sounded like he had a lot of mental issues that a lot of people weren't aware about. Sounded like he had a lot of PTSD. He reminded me of someone that that we worked with, but always putting on his gear, flak jackets, guns on his hip, training and going through scenarios in his basement, recording himself doing it. I mean, the guy was something snapped when he was in the war. He exclaimed that he did a tour in Afghanistan, and he's seen people being killed, and when people are killed, it's nothing pretty. It's like a dead animal, and you just turn into a pile of spaghetti, and it's nothing. And it's, he goes on, and just the way he talks about it, like he's talking about a piece of fruit on the counter, but he says that's what it does to you, and it's weird because he had kind of a love-hate relationship with the country, and ends up, being with an Arabic chick, which is fine, obviously, but the way they explain it was just kind of messed up. And they show all this home footage of him. And the interesting thing enough is that he was a writer. So he wrote in an online diary every day and took photos. So literally you can go play by play every day up until the point that they were found and find out what he was doing, see what he did, what he was saying. And the things he was writing was getting more and more fucked up. They found Allah Akbar written on his wall of his home in blood. The Quran was open in the middle of the room to a certain proverb. Everyone was pretty much killed like execution style. So they go into all that, and then, by this, way before this point, I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy went, he saw a bunch of things, he was in the war, based on his weapons training and everything like that. He obviously did this. This is him. You couldn't believe it, because, all this footage of him with his little daughter and everything else. But I'm like, obviously he did it. He's a writer, he's a genius. Of course, he's writing Allah Akbar on the wall. I mean, clearly the war jaded him, and he wants to throw people off the trail as his final hurrah. Figure this one out kind of thing. And it finally got to the end of the documentary, and it turned out that the wife was hearing demonic voices and seeing things, and it almost got to the point of cult-esque behavior where, oh, honey, we're going to do this. We're going to go to a better place. The video footage of the two of them saying this. You're going to come with me. I love you, baby. They had this puppy love together. We're going to take our daughter, and we're going to go there, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And it was just really kind of dotting the I's on everything I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, this is one of those drink the Kool-Aid. You're doing this, and we'll all see you in about 5 minutes on the other side, And finally, at the end, the law enforcement had their first publicized interview where they were like, yeah, whatever his name was, John Smith. And they're like, yeah, he killed his family. It was him. And there's this whole rash of online people that wanted this Gray State movie to happen and that were conspiracy theorists that are like, no way, he would never do this. This is the government put out a hit on him because he was making this movie about the government, and they killed him. They came in and killed him and made him look like this. And they're like, the local cops were like, yeah, the blood was his wife's on the wall, and those were his fingerprints that wrote him. So yeah, extremely depressing movie. I mean,
yeah, I'm very depressed right now. I really wanted to stop you halfway through. I'm like, we can't do 2 weeks of this in a row between.
I will tell you what though, oddly enough, after watching that movie and seeing, and I know I've fallen behind a little bit on it, but seeing how he documented his everyday life. That was actually where I got the idea from.
Oh, Danielle. Something to look forward to. He's adopting some of this nut job's qualities.
Was he also collecting Funkos?
He also loved dogs, and
God damn it.
He loved his dog more than he loved his kids. His kid.
Wow. But that's where the idea of the journal came from and all that. Just seeing how he just to take everything like that on a daily basis. Even when we go kayaking and all that stuff, to document all that and have it available to go back and reminisce on. He was brilliant in that aspect.
Oh, it was wildly helpful for investigators. And I would say it was a blessing and a curse for his family.
Well, yeah. You don't want to see that.
Photos and videos of him and his daughter, kind of leaping out into the fray, that they finally ended up seeing. I mean, the dad broke down so many times, and I felt so bad, but they literally made the dad read his journal entries. And he's like, this was the last day my son was alive. And they're like, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Read it.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
Yeah. Why would you do? The dad had to agree to it, but I'm like,
no, I'm calling the review. I'm like that's it. Well, I got to call it. We got to move on.
Yeah.
I can't.
I will say
it's not your delivery; it's the content.
The makers of the documentary
delivery was great.
were amazing at creating the documentary and how it was put out.
Yeah.
It's a sombering story, but there was a lot to it, and it definitely there was a lot of good stuff to take away from it. Actually, you'd have to watch it to actually understand that.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, there was a painstakingly detailed review of which I took nothing away from it that would cause me to.
You'd have to watch it.
It was depressing.
But he did watch it, and I just you could not go into any more detail that he just went to, and I didn't get anything out of it that made me go like, oh well, at least there's a bright spot.
The first 45 minutes were a pretty bright spot.
It's not my job to make a fictitious bright spot. I'm going to tell it how it is.
So,
well, he's saying that had he told it the way it was, he would have. There would have been a bright spot.
No, he's saying at the beginning of my story their family was the perfect life, so that was the bright spot.
I guess it was very quickly overshadowed with all of the other details.
That's how the documentary went. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it. I am, but it was depressing.
All right, please don't assign that to me.
We already got the full review, so.
All right, I got to move to Cory now because I know what Cory had to watch, and we need to liven this shit up a little bit.
So
and pull us up out of the dank basement of Nick's review.
I don't think my basement is that dank. Thank you, though.
So
of Nick's review.
By the time I came around to actually trying to watch the movie late last night, I realized it does not stream on any.
It does, but
major things that major streaming services that I already have. So
did you watch it or no?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did.
Cut to the chase.
I texted Bob today and got his login and all that for HBO Max to watch.
Yep. If you email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, I may give it to you as well. That's actually not true. I won't. Because you won't email us, so it's fine.
Watch the emails flooding now.
Go ahead, Cory.
To watch Class Action Park.
Okay.
And Bob, I'm going to say thank you.
Did I totally redeem myself?
You did.
All right. Yes.
So I was going to actually stand up and shake your hand, but I realized that would take too much time to go over there. So
yeah.
And once I actually saw the trailer for it last night, I realized I have seen like YouTube clips about the park.
Right. Not the whole thing.
Not the entire documentary.
Yeah.
And so it's
Is that the one where the most people died at or whatever?
Yes.
Nick, imagine so we have this set up here and we get together every week and we do our podcast, right?
I'm aware, yeah.
So let's say one week we're like, holy fuck, you know what we should do? We should make our own water park or amusement park
in the basement.
We can't make it Cedar Point because we just don't have that kind of money or those kind of resources. But if we just took some of these wood planks down and took some tarps and draped them over hills and put some soap on them and charged people admission, who cares what happens to them? Because that's not our fault.
Yeah, we'll buy off the city council, so no one's gonna come after us in case something bad happens.
Or I can open up a fake.
Of course, it will.
I can open up a fake insurance company in the Caymans.
Sure.
So people sue us. That company means nothing. There's no money in it.
Right.
So basically, that's what it was in New Jersey. Was this guy had a vision that he wanted to make his own amusement park, and guess what? God damn it, he did.
Sheer gumption,
dude. So starting off, they were talking about, and they actually had people that worked there as 14, 15, 16 year olds, being lifeguards and working security, and they even said like, yeah, if you were there,
the record show he made air quotes as he said lifeguards.
So one of the guys even said like, as long as you were there for a year, you could just become the manager of the entire place. Like you were second in charge.
Yeah.
So they were talking about some of the early on rides and the one Cannonball Run. He's like, yeah, it was basically just some small tubes connected together with some cement and rubber inside of them. And like we actually had a hose just up top that we sprayed down. And the premise was that people would just fall into the tube and it actually did a flip in the middle of it and people would shoot out on the other end. And
that's how that works.
He's like, well,
you could watch the documentary and see the pictures of it and go, there's no fucking way that's going to work.
Yeah, because the water's not going around that.
Right.
No, that's not how it works.
Even the one guy said, he's like, you couldn't be too tall. You couldn't be too short. you couldn't
Or
be
too
too
fat.
fat or you couldn't be too small because otherwise you weren't making it around that fucking loop. He's like, eventually they had to install a hatch in the top of the loop to extract people from when they got stuck up there.
Oh, God.
And the worst part was he's like during these first testing phases, which apparently the way they tested their new rides out was
Let the record show he made air quotes when he said testing phases.
he said was it Gene
Pronounced Gina.
Mavahill or whatever his last name was.
Sure.
Would take
Flaccid pickles.
employees from the park and just be like, I'll give you $100 if you go down there and test it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, shit, the 16-year-old kid, of course, they're like, oh, $100? Yeah, I'll go down it. So they would
live forever.
They're like, oh, in this original testing phase, we don't understand why people are coming out with abrasions and cuts on their forehead and, they're just coming out with all these crazy injuries. And they finally found out some of the padding had worn away at the top of the loop, and people were actually catching their face on it and knocking their teeth out. And some teeth were stuck in there that people were scraping themselves on.
Who the fuck goes to this?
I knew that you would love this documentary, Cory. I watched it and I'm like, God damn it. I can't wait for when I draw Cory for the agreement and I can assign this to him.
In the 80s, it was actually the biggest amusement park
in the country.
Yeah. So they basically explained it as like,
What was it actually called?
Action Park.
Action Park.
And so basically this entire documentary just went through all the rides they had. Chris Gethard he's big on Comedy Central, not Comedy Central, True TV.
Yeah.
He's got his own show on there. Apparently he was a guy that used to go there way back when he was a kid. And like I said, they had tons of employees they interviewed. And even all the employees were like, yeah, looking back on it, it was pretty stupid. You were basically going there risking your life on these rides. But that's what people loved about it. Like there was one, the Colorado River Rapids ride. They're like, Gene actually designed it as a Class 5 Rapids ride. Like he wanted an actual rapids going through this park.
Yeah.
And all it was just dirt hills that they dug up and put banks on, and they just shot water down. And he's like, we witnessed 5 people in a raft literally go up the side of the ride and fall off of it and fall down this hill. And if they didn't die, great. They're like, yeah, some people were medevaced out, and but that's just what happens.
It was like, imagine if the guy designing Cedar Point was like, let's forget about safety. Let's make it as though you were at a college and you were in a fraternity in the 70s.
And you're drunk all the time?
Drunk all the time. No.
I'm listening.
No regard for safety or.
Yeah, they would have said it several times. Like it was the Wild West. Like there were no rules. They're like, the again, quote unquote lifeguards.
Why didn't the government step in or anyone?
They tried.
They did try, but yeah, the owner of the place, Gene, whatever his last name was basically, he got in tight with the city council and everyone in the local government, and they realized like, okay, well, every summer, the taxes you're paying for this property is basically kind of keeping the city of Vernon going. Like, so if we shut you down, our city's kind of going to go under.
Right.
And then he also set up a fake insurance company in the Caymans that a buddy of his ran. So he basically just had money coming in all the time that he was laundering money.
It was Gene Mulvihill.
Mulvihill, yes.
Mulvihill, yeah.
And so there was just endless amounts of money coming in. At one point, and the other thing too, they said any family member, any kid that was involved in some sort of accident, if the family tried to sue, he would just take them to court and be like, we're going to fight this. And it would take so long. It was so much money for the family to pay out that the family would eventually be like, well, okay, fuck, we're not going to get anything. So we're just going to give the suit up. And they said 93% of the time he would win every court case because he would actually show up and fight it. And he's like, if they did settle, it was for pennies. Like, a kid broke his neck and they settled for like $10,000. So, this guy basically just had the run of nothing could happen to him. And finally it took, they even talked about people drowning in the wave pool. Like the lifeguards were like, yeah, there's a certain spot that's about shoulder height that was called the dead zone. Anything past that, like you were going to drown. Like the wave was way too rough and way too much for like anyone. It's fresh water. You're not buoyant in it.
And part of it was because the quote unquote lifeguards that they had watching the wave pool were not trained lifeguards.
Yeah, no, they said they were basically 14, 15-year-olds. Like, oh, you were here last summer, so you're a lifeguard
it was your
now.
first day at the park. They put you on the wave pool.
Yeah, and they said like, but even though they didn't have experience, they were doing like 5 in-water saves a day. Like they would just see people floating at the bottom of the.
Well, now you're speaking
Nick's
language.
I heard that. I'm like, I got to bring this up to Nick because I'm like, oh, if they're doing 5 a day over a summer, that's probably over 250 saves.
No,
yeah,
as opposed to Nick's 13.
Worked at a place with rules.
right.
Should have went to the Wild West.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I would have cleaned up out there, man.
Apparently you would
with training. I would have been running that place.
Yeah, I don't think they would have liked the training aspect.
No,
probably true.
I'm sorry, sir. You have a little bit too much training for us.
But it was fucking phenomenal, and seeing like I said, I had heard about Action Park and seen little clips and snippets here and there.
Yeah.
But seeing a full documentary on it,
Clippets and the snippets,
was quite impressive. So anyone that has HBO Max, that's the only place you can find it currently.
Yeah.
Definitely go out and at the end too, like all these people that had grown up there and seen it and experienced it, they're like, yeah, looking back on it, like that wasn't a way to grow up. Like our parents were fucktards for letting us go there and do anything there.
Yeah, they would like leave their house in the morning and hitchhike or whatever, or ride their bikes.
Yeah, kids they were like, oh, we'd ride our bikes 15 miles to get to
and
Action
be there
Park
for the day
and stay the day there. And one of the guys that was a lifer, he's like, I walked around with a stack of comp passes. So anyone that got injured on anything, I just give them a comp pass, and they're like, okay, and they'd go right back to what they were doing. He's like, that's all it took.
Oh, what about the stuff that they used to spray over the?
The orange, orange napalm, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people that would get any sort of burns, because there was a lot of rides that didn't even involve water that probably should have. That people would end up falling off a sled or whatever and getting caught on asphalt basically, and just getting burns all down their sides. So they would have to go to the infirmary.
And they called it something like Action Rash or whatever the hell they called it.
Yeah. Oh, it was a rite of passage for a lot of people around that area.
Right.
And they said they'd have to go to the infirmary, and they had a little circle on the ground that the people would have to stand in the circle, and they would give them a prize, again, air quotes, if they were able to have this orange stuff sprayed on them and they didn't leave the circle. And they said only 2 people were ever able to do it. And they were like, oh shit, they actually did it. One of the girls was like, I ran the office and grabbed an Action Park pen. And I was like, well, here you go. And they're like, okay. And back on the rides they went.
What are they spraying on them?
The guy just said, he's like, none of us even knew. Like, they just said it was a concoction of chemicals that were supposed to basically scar it over almost like immediately. And that you wouldn't get an infection from going in the water.
It was the 80s.
Oh yeah, oh definitely, and that's a lot of people said that there was no control over anything. No one cared. They said even too the spray stuff that they used, like it wasn't going to stop anything. They said in the wave pool at times like they would have to shut it off every hour to see if there was anyone down in the bottom of the deep end of the pool dead, because there was mud runoff from a hill that was right next to it. They said all the people that were bleeding and scraped up from other rides, that was going into the water.
Oh.
People shitting and pissing in the pool, that was all in there. So basically, it was just like a grotesque amount of fecal matter and all this other stuff that they would just never clean out. Like it was just in the wave pool, and people would just keep on jumping in.
They said from 1980 to 1987, there were 6 people that were known to have died directly or indirectly from the rides at Action Park.
Well, and a lot of them they didn't even report, because if Gene, the owner, would kind of spin it off as like, oh well, they were an employee, so they're part of the park. We don't have to report that as a death.
So this was supposed to be the uplifting segment of the podcast?
Apparently.
Oh, dude, it was absolutely hilarious, and they have all this old.
You had to watch it.
People dying is funny.
They have all this old footage.
To quote Nick Bader, you had to watch it.
Yeah.
But like you see people and like kids on a river with the old rope swing. That was actually one of the rides they had.
Yeah.
So if you let go,
yeah, you were fucked.
Yeah.
And they had motorboats that actually had like actual like full on motors on them, not connected on a track. that they would take out in this pond. And one girl's like, you could look right down into the water and just see the oil and gasoline and it just bubbling up from
She
this
told
water.
that story about like somebody in a motorboat who was
Jumped
docking,
over.
and then somebody jumped over on top and landed on top of them with the motor running,
And he's
like their boat on top
and
of.
she's like,
the
I had
boat
to
they were in.
whack him with a stick to get out of the boat because the guy underneath, like his hair was about to get caught in the propeller and just rip his head right off.
Yeah, and the guy jumped out of the boat. The guy on top just,
And
out
went
and
right-
just
right-
ran, he ran away.
And she's like, yeah, he got onto the little trolley and just took off like, on to the next ride.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Crazy.
it just sounds like it was a complete lawless water park that obviously today's day and age you're never gonna find.
right.
But I don't know. I think it would have been pretty cool to experience.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, dude, but you think, yeah. So they have 6 reported deaths. They actually brought up
Over how many years?
It was like a 7-8 year period.
It was only open for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
No, well, the deaths occurred in that 7-year period.
But you think about the amount of people that went there and survived it. And like I said, again, a lot of people, they're like, it was a rite of passage when you came back to school, in the fall and you had a big rash, on your shoulder, leg. Like, oh, what did you do at Action Park? And
Yeah.
that was something
the
that
cool
was
kids
known.
did.
Yeah. They said, all the kids that their families didn't have money to go to Cape Cod or, all the fancy places around the area that you'd go to Action Park. And that was what you did.
Right.
So like kind of how we like saw Cedar Point, growing up and being like, oh, well, it's just Cedar Point. It's not Disney. But again, Cedar Point was 1,000 times safer than Action Park. Mm-hmm. It'd kind of be like going to Cedar Point and just being like, oh yeah, I got a finger taken off on the Raptor. And that's apparently they just had stuff like that happen all the time. So
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
oh, I know. I
Glad you enjoyed
appreciate it. And thank you at the last minute for coming through with the login and be able to
Yeah,
watch
of
it.
course.
I mean, thank both of you, honestly.
Thanks all around. Danielle,
Yes.
let's move over to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, several months ago,
Yeah.
you were assigned Lock and Key, I think, by Nick Bader.
I was.
I think it was, January?
It was 2018, I think. It was before the podcast even started.
Listen, I can't help it. You guys do it on Saturdays.
We don't always do it on Saturdays.
You have since August.
Well, look, some of us have, other things in the schedule, jobs, other commitments. We do what we can.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We're glad to have you back. So, Lock and Key,
Yes.
what'd you think?
It was awesome.
Okay, very, very, very brief synopsis. What was it about?
Oh, so they get to talk for 2 hours.
No, I'm saying not 2
No,
hours.
you
Very,
can- you
very
can talk-
brief.
You can talk for a long time.
Nick and Cory have sucked all the oxygen out
I
of the room.
know.
You and I are going to give very brief synopsis of what we watched.
Basically, a family moves back to an old house that is filled with magical keys.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And your thoughts?
It was amazing. I'm really mad because I thought there were more seasons and I binged it in 3 days.
Is it just the one season?
Yeah.
Literally every day I came home, so that's what she had on.
What is it? Is it relatively new? Like they're
Yeah, it just came out in February.
Okay,
I
so they
thought it
might
had been
have-
out for longer. It's
Okay.
I don't know if they've filmed the second season. They're on for 2 and 3 though.
Okay, just maybe delayed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And this is Lock, L-O-C-K-E, Lock and Key on Netflix.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I watched 2.5 episodes the first day.
Okay.
I stayed up too late, like having to go to work the next day and having to stop myself from watching it.
Yeah.
But I watched it in 3
I feel like
days.
that happens a lot in your house.
Wasn't it cool, though?
It was really cool. I
When
really
you
liked
played
it.
it out?
Yeah.
So, what key was your favorite part?
The head key.
Mine too.
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't you say
Where you
that key?
flew to the graveyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was mine, too.
All right.
It's really good. I highly recommend it. It was very good. I'm really hoping the next season comes out soon.
All right. In the time while young Mr. Selesky is going to use the facilities, I'm going to give my review here of Sneaky Pete.
Stinky?
Sneaky Pete.
Oh, I was like, what's
By the way,
Sneaky Pete?
every time I would see the opening credits, all I could think about is Slippery Pete.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to.
Well, that was your new hat.
That was my new head. No, that was
Some kind of wise guy, huh? Slippery Pete, huh?
That was the Peaky Blinders hat.
Yeah.
But I did watch the first First 2 episodes. I started the third. I didn't have a chance to finish it today, but I am going to finish the first season. And may probably go past that because it was already on my list of stuff to watch. So I was happy that I got assigned to it. I'm a big fan of Giovanni Ribisi, who's the star of the series. And spoilers, obviously. Co-created by Bryan Cranston, who makes an appearance in the series. And there's a couple of new. I'm kind of torn as to some of the other actors that are in it, just because I've only seen the first 2 episodes. But I liked it a lot. When I watched the credits, one of the directors, maybe he's a producer, it was a guy named Graham Yost, and I recognized the name. I'm like, oh, that's the dude that did Justified.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Justified. Love it.
I know.
And
You
so
gave
I'm
it to me as a
I'm like
gentleman's agreement.
I didn't even know. So I'm like, now I'm doubly in.
But funny thing as it is, a lot of the actors are synonymous with Justified.
Yeah. Oh, they had a ton of drop-ins from.
What was the? Have you seen the grandma yet?
The what?
The grandmother.
Oh yeah, Margot Martindale.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, she's a fucking phenomenal actress,
Isn't she?
She's been in a ton of stuff. She was the main villain in one of the seasons of Justified.
Yep.
The kid from Caddyshack, Danny Noonan, was in it. Cory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. What?
Sneaky Pete.
Okay.
On Amazon Prime.
There were a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces, a lot of good actors, even in just like bit parts.
Yep.
So I'm really excited to watch the rest of it.
Who played the cousin? Have you gotten that far yet or no?
Whose cousin? Giovanni Ribisi's cousin?
Yes.
Who lives in the house with Margot Martindale and et cetera?
Maybe.
Young girl?
No.
I don't think I've gotten that far yet.
Okay.
But talk to me next week because
Yeah.
I'm gonna. It depends on what else I got assigned tonight, but I'm definitely gonna continue to watch more of that. Okay. Man, 2:04. I know we're like 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes more than what we actually did, but I've already run the algorithm, so let's do new assignments for next week. So I have drawn Cory. Cory has drawn Danielle. Danielle has drawn Nick, and Nick has drawn me. Yeah.
So before we do our picks, though, too, we discussed last week doing kind of a Halloween-esque picks.
We did.
Yeah, you did. Actually, it was Nick's idea.
And Bob said that was a great idea.
I did.
We'll go
it was
forward.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Now I'm regretting giving absolutely no further thought to it last weekend, but I can come up with something. So, so everybody knows who they got?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I already got mine, so.
Halloween. I'm trying to think of Halloween movies. Why don't we do a quick Google search?
Because
movies.
it's so specific.
It's very specific.
I would like to give something that I've given to someone else here to Bob
I got.
that I know he hasn't seen,
Wait, what?
but it's a horror movie.
Okay.
I like horror movies.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want it to be like, oh, you've given that before.
You're gonna maybe watch something I've already watched?
Not you haven't watched it. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you want to go first then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cory will appreciate this. So Bob, you have to watch In the Tall Grass.
I feel like that was something that was already assigned to a
assigned-
bunch of people here.
Nope, it was just assigned to Cory.
Okay, just Cory. Is it also another incredibly depressing documentary?
No, it is
Oh,
not
good.
a documentary at all. It's a movie, and it's a horror movie.
Okay. Is it Netflix?
Yep.
Okay.
And Cory gave it 2 thumbs up.
Okay. Excellent. Anybody? Cory, you ready?
I am ready. Danielle, you have to watch 8213 Gacy,
As of Halloween horror.
As in John Wayne Gacy?
as in John Wayne
Oh
Gacy.
boy. 8213 Gacy.
Yes.
Okay.
I-
What is that on Netflix?
Tubi.
Okay.
Continued?
Yeah.
Tubi's a free. If you're listening now, Tubi is a ad. It's an ad-driven service, so it doesn't cost you to download it or download the app and watch the app, but you're going to get interrupted by ads to the movie. So
it really wasn't that bad as far as that.
it's like Crackle or
yeah.
Yeah.
But I stumbled across it thinking it was going to be an actual legit documentary, and they just put their nice little campy horror spin on it. So
Okay.
Okay. Danielle, you had Nick. Do you have a pick, or do you want me to go?
You can go.
All right. I have Cory. Cory, have you seen the original Evil Dead?
I can't say I have.
That's what you got.
No. I have a feeling he's not going to like it.
Why not?
Even though I haven't seen it, but it's just an old movie. So.
Well, should I say anything about it? I'm not going to say any spoilers.
Don't say anything about it.
Nothing?
No.
Not a thing.
No.
Okay. I was going to try to make it a little more palatable. Like,
No.
there's upsides.
No.
Okay.
He can
I will
discover
go.
that.
Yeah, he will. He will discover it. He tends to do a little bit of background work
Yeah,
when he watches stuff. So I feel like if I were to give him some details about who directed it or who some of the stars were, I think he'd figure that out on his own.
he doesn't need to look that up either. He can just
Yeah,
watch it.
I think that he would. I think
I'm
he
sure he's doing it right now, actually.
No, I'm not trying to.
But well, hold on, Cory. This has to be the original Evil Dead,
Okay.
directed by Sam Raimi.
What year?
That is a great. It's probably. I think it's early '80s. I will tell you in just a second.
I'm thinking Night of the Living Dead.
No, that's George Romero. No,
And that was in the 50s, right? 60s?
it was '60s. Yeah, Evil Dead, the first movie,
You're lucky, Bob, that
1981.
You're lucky I didn't give you the Halloween that never wasn't.
Yeah, yes, I am.
That almost
don't think I don't appreciate.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm
in the breakdown for Evil Dead. I forgot. Yeah, 1981. Evil Dead.
1981. All right, let me put that in my notes just so I don't have to text
I'm gonna
you
put
about
it. I'm gonna put it in the 19. I'm gonna put it in the one.
So it was made in 1981.
And again, if you, I haven't even looked it up yet because we just pivoted to go Halloween centric. But if no one has it, I think I have it. So at some point over the next week, I can get it to you if you find you're going to have to buy it for like $15 or something crazy like that.
So,
Yeah.
Either Danielle has just swallowed a bad clam, or she hasn't been able to figure out a movie for me to
Well,
watch.
I don't know. I know you've seen like nothing, so I don't know if you've actually seen this movie.
why don't you
or
ask him?
not. Have
Yeah,
you
just
seen-
ask me.
Have you seen Scream?
Yeah.
The original Scream?
Well, you could have not have.
Scream 2?
No,
No, the original.
Yeah, watch Scream. Yeah,
If you want Scream 2.
I believe so. Yeah.
Scream 3?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, just because you've watched one doesn't mean you've seen them all.
No, it doesn't. But that was a big thing, and I think I watched. The "Take My Strong Hand, Child."
That's
The fuck?
Or wait,
that's
what is
not
that?
another scary movie.
Yeah, what?
No,
No,
that's not a
that's-
scary movie.
no,
Okay,
that's-
so
that's
yeah,
scary.
but
That's-
they play off.
that's-
No.
It's a parody of a scary
right,
movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But I saw the original Scream as well
Okay.
with the long face mask.
Yeah.
Who name one of the stars of Scream?
Oh, is that Jennifer Love Hewitt?
No,
No.
that I know you did last summer.
Oh, that's right.
Scream's The Mask.
I remember them being in the kitchen.
Name one of the stars of
I
the
don't
movie.
know. I can't name
One
one of the
person.
stars of most movies.
This is a person who
I just gave you Tall Grass. Couldn't tell you who plays in it.
This is a person who you should absolutely be uber familiar with.
In
Like if you-
Scream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, is this didn't Scream have what's his face? Monica's husband?
Yes.
Yeah.
David Arquette.
There you go.
As well as Monica.
I didn't remember her, but I remembered him.
What the fuck? You call yourself a Friends fan?
Well, no, we didn't get
Speaking
to that
of
segment.
which,
We didn't get to that
She's
segment.
in the movie.
That's the
for
best segue
Christ's
ever.
sakes. No,
I still
okay.
haven't
Hold
picked
on,
him a
hold on.
movie
Yeah,
yet,
we're still
though.
waiting on.
We are already 15 minutes over.
Hold on, we're waiting on.
I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to go back and hold.
I don't watch a lot of scary movies, so
Well, you can keep looking through the Friends
Danielle,
segment.
do you?
So hang on real quick.
Danielle, you want me to give you some suggestions?
sure.
No, I wouldn't do that.
While we're waiting on
Nick
Danielle
Nick would be really mad at me.
to make her pick.
What about one that I watched that I didn't really like, and I want to know if he liked it?
Well,
You can pick anything you want.
You would have
Sure,
to
I
tell me
guess.
that because I don't know what you like that I don't know if you like.
Why
if
don't
I
you?
like.
Why don't you say the name of it?
Ratchet. It just came out.
Never watched it.
Oh, Ratchet, like Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Why don't you go why don't you go back
Is it scary?
and do One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Oh, that's true. Have you seen that?
It's not a Halloween movie, but it's
that's. I can't qualify that as a Halloween movie.
Well, if that's not a Halloween movie, then neither is Ratchet. Ratchet isn't
it's
Halloween.
It's just creepy.
Yeah.
It has to be like
The one that you gave me is not a Halloween movie. It's a documentary.
No, it's not a documentary.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be like people are in masks and it's Halloween season.
but more like a horror
Or
movie.
horror movie.
Yeah.
How about the original Halloween?
I've seen that.
How about
Have you seen the remake
Friday the
of it?
13th?
Have you seen that?
Friday, the original.
The Fly. Jeff Goldblum.
I've never seen it.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
Holy shit. Give him that one. That's a great fucking movie.
I don't know anything about it. Sure, watch The Fly.
It's a great. I have it. You can borrow it.
Well, thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome.
See, I knew he would hate if I did this. I fucking called it. Give him whatever you want.
Have you seen Cabin Fever?
No.
Cabin
Okay,
in
watch
the
that.
Woods?
No, it's called Cabin Fever.
But there's another movie called Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, I don't know what that one is.
Bob is really just wanting you to pick one of his goddamn movies.
No, I'm just trying to help.
I will watch Cabin Fever.
Okay,
Can you write it down?
Is that a
Cabin
horror movie?
Fever?
Or is that a horror movie or a comedy?
that's a horror movie.
Okay. Is it recent?
Who's this?
2016.
What does
Okay.
it say?
What?
It's on Netflix.
Hold on. Let me think. Hold on. Keep going.
Okay. We're good.
Good?
Yeah.
I got to say real quick, too. So
Yeah.
I've been restarting Podbean Live, and we've been getting a pretty good following on the Podbean Live.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to anybody who's watching us on Podbean Live.
Well,
Listening to us.
the Cheesy Chicken Podcast has joined us. And
The Cheesy Chicken.
Podcast.
Okay.
And so far, some pretty good reviews. So we've been having a little conversation.
The who has good reviews? The Cheesy Chicken Podcast?
Yes. For us. They're saying we like
Oh,
content,
okay.
having a good
Well,
time
that's
listening.
very kind of you. Thank you, Cheesy Chicken Podcast. We're
Cory.
going to have to check you out.
And
Cabin Fever. All I heard in my head was Dwight going, "Who is Justice Beaver?"
never heard of him.
Yeah. Who's this Justice Beaver?
And then we also had Nonsense Password come in and said he loved the artwork.
Is the gentleman named Nonsense Password?
That's the username.
Okay.
I think he kind of knew the origin, but he exited the room before I could really talk with him.
He did share the podcast.
Nonsense Password. Thank you for sharing. Sorry you left.
Yeah, and we had like about 4 or 5 other people join us.
Please email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com and tell us why you left. What can we do to keep you in the room and a
That's
little
why
bit
they
longer?
left.
Well, as a matter of
Enough
fact,
with the email.
Hang on. So
No, go fuck yourself. I want some email.
The latchkey kids are the only people that email.
the Cheesy Chicken Podcast.
Yeah.
Email us right now because I've been trying to talk about the whole Facebook Live thing with them. Go email us at
Schnozzcast, SCHNOZZCAST @gmail.com.
there you go. That is for the Cheesy Chicken Podcast, and looking forward to your email and setting something up.
Are we going to be pen pals with the Cheesy Chicken Podcast?
We are. I just got a will do. So
Oh, we need a pen pal. This is awesome. Thank you, Cheesy Chicken. First of all, and when you email us,
Can you
please
just stop?
No, stop. Shut the fuck up. When you email us, please explain your name because I really want to know why you're called the Cheesy Chicken Podcast.
and please include links to your podcast as well,
Absolutely,
where we can find you,
Absolutely.
because we need to give that a listen, and we can talk. We can discuss it on our show.
You know what we need to do more than anything else, and I think we've all talked about this, is we need to do more cross promotion.
Yeah, and they want to call in, but I don't have the Podbean Live set up to where it's going to be through the mixer and everything. Yeah.
Hey, look, tell them we don't do that on the first date. This is the getting to know you. This is the getting to know you segment. We're going to be,
If you want
trying to figure out what our mutual interests are.
If you want to email Danielle specifically, email schnozzcastpodcast@gmail.com.
No, don't do that. That is not the right email. They don't know the gag. It's schnozzcast@gmail.com.
No, but please do send an email, and we will we'll talk about what how to listen to you guys and where to go about that.
Yeah, we're going to take it slow with the Cheesy Chicken Podcast.
And we can eventually figure out.
We'll do some listening this week.
Stop doing the motion.
So next week we can kind of come back and go, I listened to the Cheesy Chicken Podcast and here's my thoughts.
It's like a
And I would also like the Cheesy Chicken podcast too, if they're going to listen live.
You've said their name more than our own podcast
This
name.
is the cross promotion we're talking about.
We don't even know them.
So, but I also
We're getting to know them.
But I also want them to.
Are
actually,
we?
Yes, we are.
I want them to be on Facebook
Come
Live
hell or
and
high water.
actually hear the actual good audio rather than the Podbean audio it's good, way better than what we had.
Right.
But it's not the mixer audio that you could hear on Facebook Live.
Sometimes the string falls off the tin can that we have here, but
That is true.
You know,
Well,
it
yeah, when you
works.
fuck around with it and mess with the stand and
I'm
twirl it
sorry,
around.
that's all the time we have. Right?
Who knows? Maybe the Cheesy Chicken podcast is going to do another podcast, and they're going to talk about their experience getting to know us.
That's
that would be fucking phenomenal.
That
It would be.
Okay, so
I can dream.
unless anyone wants to say cheesy chicken one more fucking
Cheesy
time,
Chicken podcast.
can we move to the friends segment?
Yeah. So we come up with a name
this
for
is
this.
still our podcast. So
Have we come up with a name for this segment
Let's
yet?
not completely derail.
Nick, have we come up with a name for this segment?
No, not yet.
God damn it! You had one job. One job all week.
No.
I got a comment. What's
Yeah?
my name again?
Cheesy Chicken podcast.
There you go, Cheesy Chicken podcast. You're welcome. So,
And that is the last. We will not say your name again.
Until we
Cheesy
get an
Chicken
email.
Podcast, until we get your
an
email.
email.
Exactly. No more free advertising for you.
whew, all right. That was a
All
good
right,
one.
so we're going ahead with our unnamed segment about friends.
Oh, there's a million things we could name it. We could name it Regina
Yeah,
Flange.
we
could name it
See-
Chenandler Bong.
why didn't you do this week?
We
You had all week to do
We
this.
could call it the Big Purple Door. The door
You
that's
tell me what you. This is
the
your
door
segment.
that's never locked.
This is your call.
I'll
Tell you what.
really
We're
give it
gonna
some thought.
You're gonna give it some thought,
Yeah.
and we're gonna come back next week, and you're gonna have given it no thought, and we're gonna be right back where we started. But for now, let's go ahead with 5 cards, and the deal is Nick has to get all 5 right, or he forfeits something in the basement.
Wow.
I forfeited that a long time ago.
I was trying to remember what the what the rules for this segment
No,
were.
that wasn't a part of them.
All right, so what were the rules? Tell us, Nick.
I forfeited everything in my basement a long time ago.
Yeah, join the club, pal.
A long time ago.
Hey, pretty soon maybe we'll be in the Finn's basement.
I just
and then
can't
we'll
remember.
move everything over there to Roseville.
When my basement died.
All right, so what are the rules here? What does he have to? He's got to answer.
Yeah,
as
the
many out of
idea is
5.
to get 5, and if I get 5, you guys give me money.
That, I'm pretty sure
I don't think
not
that was
the
part of it.
Rule, no.
I was not here for that, so I will not be partaking in the money aspect.
She's actually quite disturbed that her
Honey.
her
Write the man a
her
check.
better half would commit to pay.
I did not commit to that.
Whatever he wants.
No, the idea is just to get to 5, and we
Now, and he got 4 out of 5 last week.
on
So
a technicality. Yeah.
no, it's either a win or a loss. That's the way we rule it.
Anyhow, we might start off, and I might lose, and then we can wrap this shit show up, can't we?
It's the moops rule. We're gonna say
The moves.
so.
That's a Seinfeld quote.
All right.
So give an old roll of the die there, Nick.
All right.
And we're going to come up with
Gelb or yellow.
yellow.
I was wondering whether there was a die
Gelb?
over there.
It comes
As-
in the office one, too.
In
Oh,
Deutsch.
does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. For the yellow stack, question 1. In the very first episode, Rachel rushed into Central Perk wearing what?
Easy.
She's wearing a bride's dress.
I'm
Wedding
gonna say-
dress.
Okay. Good correction.
Whatever you want to call it.
That's a bride's dress.
Whatever.
Dudes say that.
Yeah.
Wedding
Because
dress.
dudes don't know.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
and dudes don't care.
It's called
Yeah.
a wedding dress.
1 for 1.
Yeah,
One
that's
for
what
one.
women call it. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Phoebe found what in a can of soda?
She found a finger,
Again, I don't know if I can give that to you.
thumb.
What does it matter?
It does.
It does matter.
It's Cory.
Which animal?
Hold on. You got that right?
Yes.
So that's 2. We're,
Two for two. I mean, a loose 2 for 2, but
no. We're calling it a win or a loss.
Is this a cat?
You got 2. He's 2 for 2.
is this a cat? What?
Continue.
Go ahead with your question. Don't switch cards.
I'm not.
Okay. What's the question?
I'll take your answer. You are wrong, sir.
No. What? I didn't even hear the
He
question.
just said
Because I didn't give it. He wants to be fucking cocky.
He just said which animal,
Oh, dude.
and I'm wondering.
If you're gonna be cocky like that,
Thank you.
rolling
How
your-
is that cocky?
You're rolling the dice.
I'm just curious,
Wait for the question.
like a cat.
It's like Jeopardy. You have to answer in the form of a question.
Which animal ate Rachel's face cream?
Marcel the monkey.
Wrong.
What was it?
A duck.
Oh, it was the duck. That's true.
All right.
Only got
So
to
that's
3.
One loss
three.
so far.
All right.
2 for 3.
During a robbery in his own apartment, what was Joey locked into?
The cabinet that he built.
Which would be also known as a...
The entertainment unit.
There we go. Last question. What did Ross give Rachel for Christmas that she then returned for store credit?
Oh, it was. I think it was earrings.
Negative.
Necklace.
Oh, okay, see?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 3
So
three for 5.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, in the
Still
same,
not bad.
in the same episode, I believe it was when she asked Rachel asked someone's son for one of her fucking earrings. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So necklace, because
It was a necklace.
He's like, oh, why don't you show it to me? And he's like, oh yeah, Rachel returns everything. He's like, no, I bought her that necklace. And oh yeah, when was the last time you saw her? Well, she wore it all Christmas Day. And then Big Dog.
I guess you had to watch the episode.
So, yeah, all right.
You had to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Schnozzcast for this week. Thank you so much for joining. Please follow us on social media. Head out to the podcast platform of your choice, and you'll be able to find us there. We are a few weeks behind in the audio and the video, but we are working diligently to get caught up. You can certainly catch us here, again, on Facebook Live, on the replay, or on Podbean, right?
Podbean. Well, no, it's
Is it just live?
just live stream on Podbean.
Sorry, you can't catch up.
Yeah, once you get the audio.
Sorry.
Facebook, you can go back, rewatch the episode.
Yep.
Until we get everything posted, and then you can watch it on just about any streaming service possible, as you can see if you're watching on top of the screen there, and on YouTube.
All right. So for Schnozzcast, this is Bob saying thank you very much. Have a good night. Nick?
Have a good night. Be good to yourselves and each other.
Cory?
See you on the next one.
Danielle?
Good night.